Hello everyone! Welcome to Ready Steady Crit. I'm your Dungeon Master, Harna, and joining me in this discordant day is our usual rigmarole players. Let's start off with the most tone deaf, and then work our way to our most musical and talented.
Hi, I'm Volgir. I am the most tone-deaf person ever, as learnt by my piano lessons when I was younger, to the point where I went to an exam, and the examinator put the fingers in the ears when they had to do the sing the notes section. Somehow I still made it to level 4.
That is mean.
Yeah.
Poor little Volgir couldn't play a tune on the piano.
I think it's Will, right?
Well, he just said, "Hi, I'm Volgir." He didn't introduce himself,
He
so
is Volgir.
the piano.
I'm Volgir. Volgir's tone-deaf as well, apparently.
He gives that vibe.
I mean,
Will the Volgir.
Hi.
Someone now.
I'm George. I do not have tone, but I make up for it in volume. I play Atlas Moreau, the Owlin Druid, and I will pass it on to our next wonderful singer.
You three are now arguing over who's the best singer of the three of you.
I can go next because I'm pretty tone deaf, but I played the saxophone for like 10 years.
I'd never... Actually, that
knew
makes
that.
a lot of sense now.
Yeah.
That makes a hell of a lot of sense.
I'm Anthony. I
pick it back up
play.
Playing saxophone
I
makes you
play Barrow
sexy.
Darkhoof, the City Rogue Fighter. I played orchestra saxophone, which wasn't fun.
That's not sexy. That's not
Yeah,
sexy.
that's
Yeah.
not sexy. You gotta jazz it up a bit.
Yeah.
I'll go next.
no.
What? What?
You can play the piano. I can't. So surely.
I play the piano by ear, but I can't
proven.
read sheet music.
As proven by the fact I
I'm the
play
same,
piano as well.
So, like,
You learned the guitar. You
No,
knew how to play
I-
the guitar.
no, I didn't. I was trying to mess around with it, so I see how I got far of it, and then someone fell into my guitar, and then that stopped.
But you could play, whereas I still can't play the guitar.
No. Hi, I'm Mary. I play Ashley, Smart Cleric, and
Hi, I'm Brian. I can play piano by ear, can't read sheet music, and I think I can hold a tune. My Sharhead is very impressed. I play Cyrus Revenmore, the ASMR Barbarian, and I'll pass it to the DM.
See,
My
I always get
Shellhead is
confused because
also
I would
impressed, but for
imagine.
way different reasons.
See, I would imagine. I always thought tone deafness was related to your singing.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, me too.
because I cannot sing for shit. I can read sheet music and play a piano as easy as day.
I can't do any of it.
I all know the plates, but I have no idea what the fuck I'm singing. I could be 6 octaves out of the fucking range.
Yeah, well, tone
No, I-
deaf is the ability to recognize notes and also sing them accurately. So if you are tone deaf, you can't recognize it. So if I was like, sing D, and as I played D, I was like, sing that note, and you couldn't do it, you'd be tone deaf. You couldn't recognize the difference.
I feel
I'm
like
glad I went
I feel
first.
like I can recognize when I'm singing the wrong note, but I don't know how to correct it. You know?
It's all about
I actually
matching
see
pitch.
Ryan trying to sing the note in his head.
Shut up. Let's think of like
Ryan,
it's what
give us a sing song.
A B C D do re mi fa fa do re mi fa fa. Yeah, it's fa. A B C D do re mi fa fa.
I don't know. As the least tone deaf among us, apparently you are the best person to tell us if it's a D or
Anthony,
not.
am I wrong?
Oh no, I'm completely tone deaf. I know how to press a key on a saxophone correlated to a note so that I can read on sheet music.
I taught myself to play what I've done, Linkin Park, just by constantly hitting notes and being like, okay, that's one, and then playing next series of notes, okay, that's the second one, and that's how I taught myself music.
Yeah. Well, it's really funny
that-
saying I'm tone deaf and I played at the Royal Albert Hall.
I'm learning many things about you today.
Who are you?
This was like way before I stopped when I was like 16.
Yeah, I stopped piano when I was about
Who wants to
16.
remind us what happened last time?
I honestly can't.
We went on a little expedition
Little
Into-
crashed ship side quest.
into Space Titanic.
Oh, I forgot about all that shit.
Yes, we're in the Space Titanic.
I forgot about that.
We found a man in the refrigerator.
May or may not still be
Any-
alive.
who may or may not still be alive, we got into the captain's quarters and we spoke to the dead captain.
Yeah, Captain very much not still alive. We met a robot.
Yeah, we met a robot who's very helpful. They told us about a vault that needs 2 keys turned at the same time with vocal recognition from 2 captains. We have the voice of one captain because Barros is learning.
They're going through their old records and logs and listening to that captain. And we're
we
gonna
just
go
need
try
to
and
find
wake up this guy.
Hopefully he's a captain.
Who might
isn't,
be dead, so
he may be dead.
we're gonna defrost him and see.
Yeah, why not? Cryogenics are a thing here, so...
Also, we found freezer boxes, and we're very excited about that.
Yeah, because the freezer boxes contain premium steak. Not the ass of the cow. The sirloins. The proper good stuff. There is also half cows in there, so they probably
contain... What bit of the cow is the
asses.
sirloin, Ryan?
The... Sirloin. Loin implies leg, but I'm going to say chest.
Also
back,
wrong.
ribs.
Back is
Someone
closest.
Get the
Back.
picture of the cow back up.
It's the back. It's like near the ass. Like the small of the cow's back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got like the rump, and then you've got like the sirloin.
Okay.
Yeah, you got like
And then the rib.
sirloin, tenderloin, and then that camera was below it.
I wonder where
Why are we
fillet steak
obsessed
comes
with
from.
the asses of cows?
They
Why are
taste
we all
like
about
that.
the loins?
It's because it's like the most meat, you know?
It's actually because it's a place where it doesn't do much work.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get very tough. Like cows'
It's
legs and shit do
tender.
a lot of work.
All that standing and eating grass.
The legs don't eat grass. Right.
No.
Let's pick back up with our our trio, the Asimar and Atlas.
I googled
Or as I
where
like to call them,
fillet
the
steak.
AA.
I googled where fillet
I suppose
steak
it's the
came
winged
from,
bunch
and
now.
Google's like, it comes from a cow. It's like, yeah, I know that, but
Google, I have the same understanding of Google. I am smart. Where does steak come from? Cow.
it comes
Yes.
from like underneath the sirloin and in a bit. It's like the end of the tenderloin.
Back to the freezer box.
Yeah, back to the freezer, get the guy.
So if you recall, the ship is on its side. So you're having to walk along the walls, which is a little bit disorientating. After following HU 451, kind of back along where you were and back to the main atrium, you can make your way down pretty comfortably back towards the lowest level of the deck 1, where you entered from, and you can double back and find the like storage room, which had these like cold storage units as well, if you so wish.
Yep, get it back into that room.
Yep, you have to give each other a little hand climbing up because it is, if you recall, it's a hatch in the ceiling. You clamber up. You know, it doesn't take very long. The helper bot who's with you, the helper unit, sorry, will also require assistance to get up if you would like him to come in with you, or he can just wait. And he's like,
You can
I am
just
fine
wait
waiting in the hallway.
outside, right?
Yeah, you can just wait.
If
You
that's
just
what you
gotta
would
like
like.
lower this frozen guy down on a rope.
Certainly. I avidly await your re-arrival.
Okay. Open the freezer, tie some rope around this guy, and then Cyrus can gently lower him so he doesn't smash into a million pieces.
Sure.
Sure. Does anyone want to make a little sleight of hand check, tie the rope? Make sure you don't fuck it up.
I do believe that Atlas knows the key pin thing to the nat 20 to start. That's good.
Very good. Yeah.
For the freezer box.
Yeah, Alice can
Figured
open
it
it
out.
at will, more or less, now. So she opens that up for you. You see he's still inside there. You take him out. I can't remember if I describe what pose he was in. But
Like this.
Oh, I thought his hands were in his pockets because you couldn't get the key card.
Yeah.
His hands are in his pockets, blocking the key card. Yeah,
I just imagine everybody gets frozen like this.
he looks cold. You know, he looks like woof, like put his hands in pockets, keep his hands warm. And he has that look of like kind of like fear across his face a little bit.
Can I like loop the rope through his arms?
Yeah, exactly. So you do that like once you reach across his back,
Yeah.
and then you take him over the edge and you're just gonna lower him down.
Yeah.
He's
Can I fly alongside and kind of like,
yeah.
make sure he doesn't like swing into
Steady.
anything?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, with I think between the like three of you plus the helper unit, you guys can get him down safely to the lower level, and the helper unit can carry him for you as well. He is a little bit awkward to carry just because he is standing, so probably the helper unit probably needs assistance. Like he can take like the head or the arms, and someone else will take the feet.
Yeah, I'll take the feet.
Sure. And then I assume you would like to make your way towards the med bay.
We would.
Yeah.
Quickly, before he defrosts, we're in a jungle.
The helper unit leads you up back towards deck 3, which is the Mithril Hall Spa, and he leads you through a little like door next to like one of what used to probably be this lovely reception, but is now all like all like little decorations and trinkets and knickknacks and candles and diffusers have all smashed and broken as they've fallen or crashed around.
Oh no,
But there's a little like staff door which doesn't seem to lead anywhere, overly pictured as like a solid door, and he leads you through there. Once again, back into the little behind the house areas. It seems like these doors, whenever he gets close, just automatically unlock and open, as if they just detect something on him, so you don't need Volgear to pick the locks for you anymore, especially the other ones. However, on the way to the med bay, there is a like an interlocking door in the corridor on the way down, and he's like, the med bay is just beyond this next set of doors on the right. And as he approaches it, he like stops. It seems like these doors have run out of power. That is a shame. We'll need to find another way around.
Or
Side Volgear feels like he's left out now that it doesn't have anything to hack.
You might be able to hack something in the main
Astra, could you
console.
maybe
Really
like
joking.
give it a little lightning? Would that work? Power that thing back up?
I mean, I could try.
Lightning is basically electricity, right?
With
Yeah, but-
unregulated voltage or amperage.
If not, I still have a crowbar. I can just try and jam the doors open.
I might fry the wiring completely, but I can try.
Why not?
Sure. What level of spell would you like to cast?
How much damage are you doing
Don't
to this
throw
door?
anything too big at it, just a little.
Yeah, just a little spark,
Buzz.
Just reading through all the stuff.
Call lightning!
I think that's
You
literally
don't
like
have,
the
a
lowest
little
level of lightning she
cantrip
has.
or something in your pocket.
No,
Shocking grasp or
no.
no?
Literally, it's just called lightning.
You're all about the storm and lightning and stuff.
I don't know if I can just off the cuff do a little zap unless she does her like rebuffal thing.
Do you have spells from your subclass?
Yeah, but it's just no. It's fog cloud, and then it's thunder wave,
I guess
and
not.
then call
If you want, I could
lightning.
hold the panel, like touch the panel and punch you, so that you can shock me as a reaction. And
Ooh, I
I'll
like that
act as-
idea. I
I'll
like the
act as a
idea when Cyrus
conduit.
gets punched.
No, I'll be punching her.
Oh, I like this idea less now.
You shouldn't hit women.
I mean, he'll get electrocuted to the face, so that helps you.
It helps a little.
I've been electrocuted and set on fire a lot recently. It's worth a try.
Let me just read.
If it's lightning damage, if it's thunder damage, this won't work.
Lightning or thunder.
There you go. Might work.
Hold on. When a creature within 5 feet that you see hits you, you can use your reaction to cause the creature to make a dex save. It's gonna
I can willingly feel the dex
Dex
save.
save though if you want. You can just not avoid it.
Move.
Yeah, but it's gotta hit you, Cyrus. It's not gonna hit.
Yeah, well, I could try and channel that energy
I think Cyrus
into
is
the...
trying to be like Wolverine versus Deadpool. Like,
You're trying to be a conductor right now?
yeah.
That was his
I
plan.
mean, do you have a better
I'm made of
idea?
metal and highly conductive.
Yeah, but I don't know if we like hit you if you turn evil or something.
You might have a protocol in there that kill all attackers.
Yeah.
He has like a completely expressionless face. Impossible to
little-
read.
Your little eyes turn red. Do you have eyes?
A little blue glowing.
Uh,
Like little...
this-
Yeah, your little
this-
blue
I feel
glowies
like-
turn to little red glowies and then you murder us all. Is that a thing you do?
I'm afraid I don't have any experience of that.
Fair enough.
Let's
I feel
not
like
put
this
it
is
to the
concerning on
test.
so many levels, but
Yeah.
I'm
Anyway, Cyrus, punch Astra in the face.
Cyrus will place his hand on the panel and just punch Astra.
Okay.
not
What's your,
not in
what's
the
your strength
face.
score?
16.
Okay. Astra, you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
yeah.
And Cyrus fucking
Uh.
twats you in the face.
I don't punch her in the I punch her maybe like in the arm.
Oh, you
Okay.
can give her a dead arm.
He gives you a dead arm.
Okay. We might regret this a little bit. You're gonna get 2d at lightning coming at you.
Oh.
Roll 16 damage.
Hurt him.
It was 14 of
Sure.
Well, I'm
Yep.
just imagining like, bam, you bitch.
Okay.
You hit
so
me
Cyrus,
so
as
hard.
you punch
You
her,
hit me so hard. My D&D Beyond had to refresh.
yeah, as you
and I
punch her,
have
the
to
lightning
sign
arcs
back in.
through. Jesus. Okay.
This is where I look at my counter. This is like, oh, I have shocking grat. I don't.
So as you like shock Cyrus for 14 damage, the system very, very briefly like powers up, but only like momentarily. But it is enough for the doors to partially open, and they're probably about 2
Quick,
foot.
stick your crowbar in there.
They like power down immediately, so they literally go like and like stop.
Can I try and...
Yeah, they're 2 foot across. You can probably squeeze through, but if you want to make them bigger for any rapid movement later on or now, then yeah, you'd want to widen them.
He's suggesting there will be rapid movement
I'm
in our
just
future.
gonna I think rapid movement. Let's not get stuck in a hallway. It's
Sure.
a good plan.
It's that usual old thing when you hit the movies. There's 6 people run at this crevice, and they're all like pushing one person through.
But also, if it's something bigger coming through, they might appreciate the crevice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if they're skinny droid boys, it won't matter if it's a skinny crevice. They'll just skinny their way through it.
Where's those skinny droid boys?
As you like go up to Cyrus and like get your crowbar out, get ready to pry it open, you see the corridor ahead of you. It's unlit, but further on down, you see there is a door on the right with a little medical sign above it, which you recognize probably is the med bay in question. Do you have dark vision?
I do.
Okay, so you would see
think
probably
we
just
all
on the,
do.
about the 50-40 foot mark away from you, just kind of beyond any light source you guys are currently really emitting. There is the room begins to the corridor ends like a wider room, and you see that there is like a big terminal console there, and then just the edge of your dark vision you see this big blast door, looks like. You know, might need to go inside.
Cool.
If you want to make an athletics check, try to pry open the.
Yeah, why not?
Alright, sure, I'll cast guidance. Feels bad for
You get
zapping.
advantage from the crowbar. Well,
My D&D Beyond is being weird.
it's all good.
I'll just roll 2d20s. Okay, that's not rolling anything. I got a +6. Let's do it on roll 20.
What guidance?
That was very unfortunate, those rolls.
That's a 9. Plus 6, 15.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
pry
the
open the
guidance?
door. It takes you a bit of going, but with the magical enhancement, you do manage to force the door open a bit wider. Why are you barking at me? You do manage to force the door open a bit wider, and yeah, you're able to like make it a good like 5-foot gap for people to like come and go, kind of seemingly as they please. It doesn't get the full like 10-foot wide, but you force it open a good bit. It makes getting the like frozen like dwarf through much easier.
Okay, time to find something to defrost him, I suppose.
Well, medbay's right there.
Yeah, you go in the medbay.
Yeah, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the medbay. As you go in, there is a large. Fuck, it's so goofy.
Taking her to the bath.
Yeah, you take her to the bathroom and see if she needs to do anything.
Take her, because you're gonna continue without me if I take her.
Sure. Then I'll take Juno to the bathroom. Yeah, pause the whole game.
Juno's favorite Mortal Kombat character is Scorpion. Get over here!
But yeah, so you guys go through the door. Cyrus just wide open. You head in the medbay. You see there are probably like 2 beds in here. There is a medical assessor, which is like mounted on the floor. The bed's like fallen up against the wall, which is now the floor. The actual assessor itself, though, is like 90 degrees, like on its side because it's mounted to the floor, or what was once the floor. Few cupboards as well in here, which are like open, smashed vials of like whatever has long since evaporated in whatever causes was in those. There is a few piles of like bandages and like just generic medical supplies, like first aid stuff. Nothing too crazy. Outside the ship somewhere, there's like 2 feral hyenas fighting each other.
This is like, as you say, crazy. The dog just like went up a notch. She's like, "I'll show you crazy."
Does it look like there's any equipment similar to what the gnomes had?
There's no like
stasis?
cryostasis, not in the med bay, no. And as you get there to help you,
put
there's
him
like,
in the, like,
here you are,
medi-
the med bay.
Do we want to put him in like the medi scanner and at least it'll tell us if he's dead?
Yeah, I suppose that's a good idea. If the Medi scanner still works.
Or
Can
like lay
Astra
him gently on
inspect?
his side.
Dam's currently putting the dogs into the Medi scanner.
He'll
Very
just come
close.
back 100% asshole. 100% bitey.
Yeah. So you put the frozen man in the med scanner.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a dentist chair. In his current stance, doesn't quite fit. He's a little bit like propped up.
Just gotta wedge him a little bit.
Yeah, you like connect him up with a few little things where Astra probably has a little bit more, Astra probably has more training with this, just, you know, generically, like with your medical training. You connect them all up. Anyone who'd like to use it can make a medicine check at advantage to try to, like, see if they get any readings or anything like that, or, you know.
Okay.
I guess that's going to be an Astra thing because not very medical over here.
I surprisingly am, but I'm not gonna take away the clear thunder.
23.
Okay. Yeah, so you connect them up, with a little basic like life scan, and you're able to discover that he does have brain function. He doesn't have a heartbeat, no pulse, but he has brain function still. You can see like brain waves and stuff being detected.
His brain still... Like, his heart's not beating, but his brain's still active. His brain... I think he can be brought back. I think he's just that cold. His heart's literally not doing anything.
Okay, so now we just gotta work out how to unfreeze him in a way that is quick, not gonna cook him, and doesn't use a cryo thing, because I don't see one in here. Helper bot, do you have any, like, cryogenic facilities, or...
I'm afraid if the ship did have any, I was unaware of them at my creation. I was primarily used to help direct guests to locations. Something of like that nature probably be restricted to, I would imagine, offices.
Oh, lovely. The person that you're trying to save is the one who
try
can tell you how
looking
to save
around
him.
more, or-
And we find a big oven.
I was thinking that.
Like a walk-in oven.
Well, I don't know if it'll work, but we're in a spa place. Maybe they have a... I don't know, like a...
A steam room? A sauna?
There are worse ideas.
What are you gonna do, flap them?
If it works.
You might cook him. Literally.
Well, he's frozen. That's what you do with frozen things, right? You preheat and then you cook them.
Yeah, but we don't want to cook him. We just want to defrost
We want
him
to defrost him.
in a very
Well, then
controlled,
find a-
intelligent way.
Okay, then find a toaster and, you know, lie him across the top of it and put it on defrost setting. could work.
We could put him in
No,
a big
medical
bowl
experience.
of warm water. That's how you defrost a ham.
I'm sure there's
I
probably
feel like
jacuzzi
that'll
in
be
here too
very-
or something.
I think that'd be a very slow process. The slow water method.
I have heat metal.
Would that only heat his like metals and stuff?
We could put him in a big pot of water, and then I could cast heat metal on the pool and turn the pool into like really hot water.
Yeah, we'll boil him like a lobster.
Or we could find a pot of liquid mercury, and I could heat that.
It's Mercury's boiling point.
Yeah, I mean, like, the poisoning is definitely, you know, not.
356 degrees Celsius. That might cook him a little bit.
Like, I have
Goes
to throw
from-
water,
it
but I
goes
don't think
from
it
not
works with
moving
ice.
to lobster boiling in boiling water.
So we can either wander around the ship looking for more cryogenic shit. We can try defrosting him another way. Or we can put him back in the box again and hope that they found a second captain on those records and that someone can do a very good impression of them.
Do both captains have to speak at the same time though? Because I think Volgir can only mimic one voice at a time. Not Volgir. Barros can only mimic one voice at a time.
I was hoping this is when you would come out that you're actually like a great at mimicking voices or something. I don't know.
That would be a no.
Yeah, I'm barely good at speaking in my current voice, so also no.
Unless somebody knows disguise self. I don't know if that changes your voice or not.
It does not.
Right.
And unless one of them was a lizard, I can't really help. Oh, to defrost a guy. See, defrosting the outside's easy, but trying to defrost the inside.
And while you think about that, meanwhile, back in the cockpit, Barros and Volgir kind of going through these records, searching on terminals, like finding like any like audio clips and these like captain's logs, and slowly building together this library. And one of you roll me a d20, please. See if anything happens in the hour you're spending here.
I'll roll it.
Sure.
Okay. Then we get 3 dice. Let's use that dice. That's an 11.
An 11.
I'm assuming
hour passes.
some modifiers to this.
You, Daze, and Barros all kind of like just like sitting, you know, going for everything, pulling up records you can. And after 1 hour, Barros is studying. You are able to, you believe, use the ring to help you impersonate the Captain Leos Morgan.
I'll go up to the corpse of the captain and turn to Volgar and be like, Volgar, do I sound like this this captain? And then start moving the jaw as I impersonate the captain.
You're going
Quite
to
literally,
hell,
Volgar
Barros.
Face palm.
We knew this.
The head like rolls
We are also
off.
going to hell literally at some point because, you know, we got beef with that
No.
guy, but
No, we're not going there. We're not going there. I was shaking my head and then I realized what you were saying. No, we're not going there.
Good. As Barros is doing that, I'll just kind of look at him. I will do thaumaturgy and make the arm move onto his shoulder like that.
Ah! Goddamn creeps.
Yeah.
As you like
one
yell,
that
like a
touch-
few birds like scutter out from the nearby canopy because the front windows are all smashed, and Daze like whips her head around. Like you see she's got her gun drawn. She's like, "Right, are we
A
good
bit
here?"
scared then. Yeah, we're good.
I
Have a bit
think
of
we're
fun.
good, yes.
Alright, let's get out of here.
I don't think there's anything else, is there, on that we need?
I mean, is there anything that we need to...
In that hour, have I found anything specific? If
Are
Barros has
you
been looking for
specifically just trying to
records.
help Barros with the logs, or are you looking for something else?
Don't know.
Wasn't you're looking at the cargo manifests or?
Well, I was trying to ascertain what was in there. If there was any records or anything, wasn't it?
Yeah, so
And you-
in the
and
vault
value.
records, they
Sealed upon sealed upon sealed.
it probably actually direct you to the vault terminal. It'd be like, for VIP terminal, like for the VIP vault, please see the vault terminal. But it has generic ship's logs of like quartermaster stuff of like, X amount of days of, this supply for the kitchen, like just logs of like very basic stuff, this amount of mana coils in storage, this many needing recharge that are expired, or expired, all that kind of stuff.
Out of curiosity, at any point in the quartermaster report, do I see a record to one frozen dwarf?
No.
Just
No.
Well, there's definitely some mana coils that might be useful to us, but let's see what's in this big place first.
Yeah, there's lots of like cargo vault gear, but I'd say with how full the Chimera is, nothing that stands out to you as more valuable than what you might already have.
No.
That kind of
Yeah,
sense.
just fill in a bit of extra unless we get something.
Yeah, exactly.
Get some mana coils if we don't get anything else, basically.
Yep.
Right, shall we make our way over to the thing and try and dupe the thing?
Sure. We can try and head over there.
I mean, worst case, I can try and do something with my strap, but we'll see what we can do.
We might have to inform the others that we're heading to the vault, just in case they come back here.
True. Would an hour? Realistically, how long do we think they would have taken, Barros? Do we think they'll be coming back anytime soon, or?
I mean, how long does it take to defrost the guy?
Well, did send Atlas and Cyrus to do this.
Oh, then we're probably a little bit fucked.
The two that don't do
maybe a few
the
hours.
How dare you? Alice and Cyrus on the other end of the ship are like, I suddenly feel a little bit upset, but I don't know why.
Astra's just like, I feel perfectly fine for some reason.
Oh, good.
But Astra's just like,
I like how your
"Here."
response was, "How dare you?" Mine was like, "The fuck that's supposed to mean?" Very on brand.
Yeah. Dave's like, right, let's get out of here then, and she'll start climbing up the rope.
Just out of curiosity, did you guys take the Chimera?
He is currently in the cargo bay.
Yep.
Because he cannot fit in corridors.
Dodge for that.
He's being guard Chimera.
Oh yes, that was it.
Unless he figured his own way in which case.
God help us.
You'd
Oh,
see
God,
a
help
Chimera
me.
like out and about as well.
I can
So
see one.
There's no territory war.
You saw one back up at the bar, if you recall. Like I think. I can't
Oh,
remember
I
who
thought it was just
Someone
something with a
spotted it.
tail.
Astra did.
Yeah, but did you tell us about it?
She did.
Because she asked, did Tawa get out? Because she saw this like picture
Yeah.
of a big teal, and she was like, so you're like, Chimera thing?
Lovely. Just what I need. Another fucking Chimera.
I don't know if it's a chimera. It's something chimera-sized.
There are lots of things that are chimera-sized.
I will take a dragon over Chimera.
But yeah, you
Interesting.
start making your way back up. So probably after all the medical scans are done and like the voice all being compiled, you would imagine you two start heading towards where the helper bot instead the vault was, which is the captain of the vault was, which is deck 3.
Yeah.
So that actually probably means you bump into this slot as they're hemming and hawing over how exactly they're going to defrost this dwarf.
Because if we take him to the sauna,
Ah, hello.
warm, but we'll have to. Oh, Hello.
There also might
See, I
be
told
any
you,
water in the sauna. This place is on its side, remember?
See, I told you, Barrow.
Steam room?
Nothing to worry about.
You'd have
If
a
there's no
steam room,
water,
wouldn't
if there's not enough water for the sauna, I doubt there's enough water for the steam room.
You
I
guys know
create
there's
water.
no water in steam room and saunas, right?
Yeah, that's what I
What-
was saying. Like the sauna.
What are you trying to do? What are you? What?
We're trying to
there's
defrost
no
this
deep.
guy, and there's no like defrosting machine in here. So,
There's
but
no
we put him in the
anti-cryo.
scanner, and his brain still works. He's just like frozen.
He's like in a coma, like a very cold coma.
I mean, we could always try the sauna, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
I mean, yeah, might as well, right? I mean,
It's also an even temperature, so it's not going to fluctuate. It's probably the best condition in which he can defrost
It might-
naturally.
It might
Yeah,
take
that-
a while. Just that's
Yeah, well, just have you put some healing into him while he's defrosting, in case his heart starts or his brain stops.
Yeah, what if his like heart starts and his lungs are still frozen or something? How's that gonna play out?
don't know. Let's see it. Astra, do you have like spare the dying or anything?
I do.
Get it ready.
Maybe like smack
How long
that
does it
on him
last?
every now and then, and he'll be chill, you know, or less chill, hopefully. Helperbot, can we go to the spa?
Certainly. You'll have to cross across the atrium wall again to get there. It's on the far side from here. Mentioned you would like to go to the sauna?
Yeah, we're trying to
Or are
defrost
there
this guy.
are there any facilities that you know of that could heat up something really quickly?
Not really quickly, like evenly. Like if you were trying to defrost an entire person who had frozen solid.
I
Again,
can see
you
exactly what he's going to
mentioned
suggest.
earlier a cryo chamber. That would probably do the job if there was one. However, the only things I know that would be able to cause rapid heat would probably be, I believe the ship's engines give off a lot of heat. So perhaps the engine room, or perhaps the kitchens.
Does the ship have a cryo chamber?
I do not know. I've been programmed to assist guests. A cryo chamber would be likely something reserved for the crew of the vessel on long-haul flight.
We could try
Yeah, I
and
suppose
find
there's-
another dead crew member and ask, but we've only found like 2 corpses so far.
Cryotech is
Could
a
it be worth
gnomish
search-
technology, which I am also, so perhaps.
Out of curiosity, can I do a history check to see if ships around that time had,
Sure.
or if ships of that size had cryo?
Would it be worth checking on the walls? Would they have it?
That's
This bitch
very
is
good. That's only a
gnomish.
10.
Point against him.
They did. The gnomes invented it quite a while ago. They also use it like preserve their life. But yeah, and also
Maybe
this guy
it's
is
worth-
from the time, so if he knows about it, it probably must be technology he's familiar with.
Maybe it's worth checking out the crew quarters first before we try cooking him in a sauna.
He is beginning to drink.
Oh,
You know, not for about an
Um,
hour, like 45 minutes an hour. He's beginning like
We
the
could put
outer
him
edge.
back in the freezer.
we could put him back in the freezer. How far are the crew quarters from where we are?
The crew quarters are on the deck 1. Deck 2. So just one floor down. We could take us the access stair, not far from here.
Let's try that first.
Yeah.
Go to the crew quarters. If we don't find anything, put him back in the fridge.
You head back down the corridor, kind of following his directions away from the big vault door. And then you make your way to a little stairwell. Walking along the wall, you have to like climb over like the railing, like the middle balcony railing, to like actually get to the next level, like to like a wall. But there's enough of you here around that like, you know, it's just a bit time consuming maybe, especially trying to pass this frozen dwarf around as you go. But then
This
you
is
do
why
make your
you
way
should
down.
always curl up into a ball when you're freezing. It's not for warmth, it's so when people try to carry your corpse around, you're easy to transport.
Noted.
If anyone's planning on getting frozen, Cyrus.
Yeah, I don't plan on getting frozen. Me in the cold, not good bedfellows.
Eventually, you were led out by HU451. across the corridor, and then you find yourself in this little, like, you know, there's little signs up all in Dwarvish that Volgear can point out to you. There's a sign for a canteen. There's a sign for like numbered like quarters. Looks like they're probably, you know, like shared bunks, shared accommodation bunks.
There's a
probably.
big thing that says emergency cryo chamber, great for defrosting dwarf.
I would like one of you to roll me a d20, please. See how lucky you are.
I can roll one.
Everyone's just like,
No,
Ooh, 5.
we're not that lucky.
There is no big sign saying emergency cryo chamber here. There is a sign probably pointing to the engines. There is also another one pointing to the staff canteen and bar as well. Would be another one.
Now let's think about this logically. Where would you put cryo? I imagine they take a lot of power. So would you not put them somewhere where they've got a good source of power, maybe?
Secondary question,
and-
where would a lot of staff die and not be immediately eaten by animals? Because we can always ask one of them.
I mean, the
not if
the engine room is pretty deep, and if this thing went up, there's a chance that someone died in there. If there was a failure.
The engines are also in the part of the ship that has been disconnected from the main ship. It, like, the
yeah,
ship
don't
is, like,
remember
split
we're
apart.
in
No
the front.
power.
We're in
Yeah.
the front half of the ship. The second half
Fair.
is
Yeah. So
a ways away that way.
Why don't we try the sleeping quarters? Maybe someone just didn't get up in time.
do you know
Maybe
what?
there's another
I'm just gonna look
door
at the
to
helper bot.
medicine area.
Do you have a schematic of the ship?
I have a schematic of the guest areas to assist them, and I do have an interior knowledge of important areas guests may need to frequent, such as the medical bay.
Do you have any idea where there might be a schematic for the rest of the ship that you don't know?
Potentially the cockpit would have something of that nature, or maybe the captain's quarters.
Back to it.
I'm
That is
gonna
on
start
deck
looking
one.
around the crew quarters. This guy's dripping.
Captain's quarters. Would it be near the crew quarters?
The captain's quarters are back near the cockpit where we were previously. We actually walked, whenever we first encountered each other, we were just outside it.
Very.
Traditionally, they
head-
have a walk through directly to the bridge if there's an
Yeah.
emergency.
Should we put this guy back in the fridge until we
Well,
know more?
Probably. He's
I
starting
mean,
to
me and
drip.
Barros can go hunt through that section of the ship if you guys want to have a look down this way.
If you were planning on
Just
going
let us
to the
know if you
engines,
find
I would recommend you take precautions. I was on a scheduled routine to clean there. However, it is inaccessible and it's too dangerous for me to access to clean there. There is the main engine core is connected in the two halves of the ship, but is it exposed? I believe it is causing some kind of radiation leak.
Awesome.
Oh, it's a
Why
good
don't-
thing we have suits.
Why don't we go check?
No, we don't.
We return
We have
those.
smog. We
We
return.
return
Oh,
those,
it's
and
smog, isn't it?
they keep out smog, not
yeah,
radiation.
we returned those. Nobody has a suit. Nobody has a suit anymore. We can't go out there.
You don't have a
Ash-
radiation suit. You have a smog suit.
Okay, why don't we
Right.
check the
Ash
crew
is-
quarters real quick, see if there's a dead guy, and if not, we'll put this guy back in the freezer.
Sure.
Okay. Ash is going to tug at Cyrus's cloak. I suppose he doesn't have sleeves. Cyrus,
What?
you know the way I seen the chimera thing?
Yes.
What if it's a mutated one like squaw bears?
Interesting thought. I'm going to refer to my previous answer of we are inside the ship. We are safe. Do not think of the outside yet, okay? Stay on task.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
You're
Meanwhile,
fine.
somewhere
You're fine.
outside, there's 3 gnomes getting chewed on by a mutated chimera.
Can we search the crew quarters for dead guys?
Yep,
Dead
you
guys.
go up. The crew quarters are kind of always done these little off-shooting corridors. But because the ship's on its side, whereas normally there'd be like, you know, corridors like that, it's a
down, up,
drop
down.
and then like shelves almost, like you have to go check out. So you probably need to get creative with your rope again and maybe abseil down, opening doors, checking inside.
Atlas just flying up each one like, hello, anyone dead in here? Nope. Hello, is anyone dead in here? Nope.
You do see that at the bottom on these crew corridors, as you are searching around for any life, there is a big rip in the outer hull, and some like plant life and vines has already been to like grow up into the ship itself. And it's a little bit exposed. Like you could probably squeeze out from here if you were just like small enough for.
Asher might give Cyrus a pointed look. Like,
Do you see anything inside the ship? No, you're still fine.
not yet.
Hello,
Not
anyone
yet.
dead here? Anyone dead here?
Make an investigation check, Atlas, if you're flying around looking.
Anybody dead here? 8.
8. You don't find anyone dead in any of the unlocked rooms. However, you do find there is one locked chamber.
Cyrus can break this door.
Where is the door in relation to where we entered the room?
It is 25 foot up from where you are at a cross section, and from it to the lowest point in a straight line is probably about 55 feet. So you would have to climb up 25 foot across a drop, and like a 10-foot wide drop. Climb up, pry open a door, and try not to fall. And there's also all the nature shit at the bottom. So these would be comfy if you fell, maybe. More comfy than solid metal.
I've got wooden stakes. They're no use to me for impaling an iron.
You could just try
walls.
to climb up.
Can I try
Yeah,
Can I try throwing a
Try to
starry
climb.
wisp at it first?
Sure.
You launch a mote of light at one creature or object within range, which is 60 foot.
Yeah.
On a hit, the target takes 1d8 radiant damage.
Okay. You blast it radiant damage. Roll a d8.
3.
Okay. It takes some damage.
I start climbing.
Do it again. It's only an action, so I can just keep firing these.
What's your... Is it just a spell attack to hit, or...
Yeah, range spell attack.
Okay.
Can I miss? It's a door. It's not moving.
Well, it's hitting it in the right area. So iron and steel has an AC of 19. So yes, you can. You can. It can deflect your attacks in a sense. The same way a tank getting
I'll
hit
start
by
making
a tank
spell
shell.
attacks.
Yeah. She starts blasting.
19.
Load the OP.
Hits.
Load the AP shells.
Literally.
For 7 damage.
Okay. It's you see the radiant damage being the crackle across it, and it's beginning to like get
Nat
weaker.
20.
Yeah.
Hey.
Am I making acrobatics or athletics to
You're
climb
climbing.
up?
It's athletics.
I don't remember how we do nat 20s anymore.
Max on one dice and then roll.
Roll again.
11.
11. Yeah, you start climbing up. Doesn't take you long to get up there. It's 25 foot up. It takes you about
6 damage, 7
12.
damage.
15 seconds. 6, 7, yeah.
13 damage overall.
Mm-hmm. It's still standing. Doesn't look damaged that badly, to be honest.
18.
18 misses. Cyrus, at this point, you arrive. The door's
Jeez.
like getting blasted. Like fucking sparklers being thrown at it from Atlas.
Can I try and wedge a crowbar in?
Sure.
25.
Make an athletics check.
I'm shooting the damn door while I'm right
25.
here.
25 hits. Get advantage, Cyrus, from the crowbar.
Only 1 damage.
10.
You start heaving it. It's not budging. You can't really get a good
24.
enough foothold, Cyrus, because you've got you're trying to force open the doors that are like you're trying to push up. You think if you wedge the crowbar enough, and maybe if you give it a good pull, from below, you might be give it a good pull, but you're not sure.
24.
Ah.
Right?
7 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Alice is just still blasting while you're up there.
Can I try and wedge the
That misses.
crowbar in the door enough to hang off of it.
Does 24 hit or miss?
I think with the 10 you could do that. 24 hits.
Kill door.
Cyrus, you're gonna give it a good
Could
tug.
could Cyrus theoretically stand on the crowbar and try and like?
You could like, pull yourself up and then just jump on it.
Yeah, and then
Like you're trying to
hopefully
fucking like get a lug knot off a fucking tire. Like when you're
yeah,
like
like
jumping
if,
on it.
if
Yeah.
the door opens, he could potentially catch himself. Whereas if he's hanging, there's only one way he can go.
Yeah. Sure. You climb up.
Cyrus,
let's-
what?
Make an athletics check.
Don't
You
worry,
look
I
up
got
and
it.
you see Cyrus is standing on like a, inch wide crowbar, bouncing on it, like trying to pry open a door, while Atlas is just like, and then every 6 seconds.
Bam.
Do I get advantage because I'm technically still
Yeah,
using
you're
the
still you're
crowbar?
rolling advantage.
13.
You give it a big jump, boom, just as a blast of radiant energy hits it. Whatever like mechanism holding this stuff together seems well and truly broken. And the crowbar just, and you Wile E. Coyote for a second as the door like half opens, the lower half like falls open.
Can I
top
try and
half
catch
stays
myself?
Yeah, make
On,
me
like,
a let's
the
just
ledge
call it
of the
dex save.
door?
Dex save for reflexes. You can use your You still have that ability. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You
18.
grab on as the crowbar falls. Ding! So, like hits the bottom, like bounces off at the wall, ding, 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 and it like goes down.
Well, I think that's my crowbar lost. It just fell out of the hull of the ship.
Yeah, lands
You
on
can get a new
graphic novel.
crowbar.
I feel like Ash just going to stare down that way for a little bit, make sure nothing like.
Make a perception check.
Just a random dragon. Hey, a crowbar.
Cool, crowbar.
Love these.
Right, hits him in the eye.
Did that roll? I clicked it, but nothing happened.
You'll know later when the dragon starts attacking you, Cyrus.
My
Oh no, it's rolling now.
maybe beyond that.
Oh, that was not 1. 9. Never mind.
You're like looking
I
down.
think mine's playing tricks on.
You can't even see with the crowbar gone. You're like looking, like trying to see it. You can't even see it. It's like it's fallen into that dense like thicket of like overgrowth. It's like coming up through the bottom of the crack of the ship there.
Cyrus, is there a dead guy in that room?
You look up, Cyrus. Roll me d20.
Crawl into the
You're like
room.
holding like the door is like it's like a double door. It slides open, but obviously because it's on the side, the lower half is golden with gravity. That 20, yeah. There's a dead rotten corpse in here, and the stink of like maggots and like flies and everything like that, like that have like long since died because they ran out of things to eat. Like the room is just covered in them, like all over. They're all like just still and unmoving, like very thick dust particles.
Cyrus,
Yeah, there's a guy in here, but it's not pleasant. And Cyrus will pull himself and roll under the door.
You end up like
This
face
is
to
only
face.
happened.
This like
grab him and pull him down here. Get Astra to touch him.
Does he need to be intact? Like, do we need the whole body to talk to him, or
He's gotta have a mouth.
Cyrus is just going to remove the skull
it's not
and
like
just
a
like
perfect,
drops?
It's not like a perfect museum piece, like mummified flesh, like all bits there. Yeah, bit of a tug and a pop.
A twist and pull job.
Yeah.
Gotta get your knee on the shoulder, you know?
There's a real sickening crunch as a few like old spinal like chunks like shatter as you rip it free.
You just hear from the room as Cyrus drops the skull down this shaft. Heads up!
Heads down.
And he
Is
Come on.
who's
Are you
gonna
literally
catch
just-
it?
Can I catch him?
Are you like?
You're
just
flying next to you.
wherever
He's dropping it. He just like goes like.
I'll try and catch it.
Can you make me an acrobatic? Let's call it dex save. See if you can save the skull.
Dex save.
Test your reflexes.
18.
That falls, and you just like soar down. Swoop it
Alice
up.
catches it and it's like, what?
anything interesting in this room?
There are two little
Anything
bunks.
interesting in this guy's skull?
Nope. There are two little bunks. There's a little footlocker at the 2 footlockers, probably one on each end of the bunks. 2 chairs, a small bookshelf, the contents of which are actually still, by some miracle, mostly on the shelf. A few smashed bottles of something. Again, all the liquid has long since evaporated.
Cyrus, check the
lockers?
door in case there's a map on the back of the door. You know, like in hotel rooms.
Like a map to your
Yeah,
nearest
I'll-
fire escape?
This individual would
I'll
also
get
have
right
a
on
hollow
that.
strap on.
No, I'll take that.
Very old looking one. On the big head. You pick it up, Cyrus, like, fuck, that's heavy. Like, pick it up. Like, to give you an idea,
90s phone.
no, not even like that. It's probably more like the Vietnam,
like a sat phone.
the fucking Vietnam, like, we're in there, strike at this location, like a big fucking huge handheld thing.
Probably had some
Walkie-talkie.
servers that
He's got a
followed.
walkie-talkie on his wrist.
It's like on the wrist, it's like that, like a big brick on the fucking wrist.
Yeah, Cyrus will take that and check the foot lockers if they're open.
Yeah, you go over. The footlockers do have locks on them, but they're very flimsy. They're kind of almost little travel locks. Like, you think you could very easily just break those if you wanted.
Yeah, I'll break those.
Just use your
Yeah, but
axe
can't
or
even-
foot. You just get
Yeah,
like a
just
kick or a
axe.
hit. Yeah, the metal smashes. They're not trapped or anything like that. They're literally the lock someone would put on like their personal belongings. And yeah, you pop them open. It is mainly like old like clothing and things like that. Sifting through, you do find that one of them there is a level 3 access card. For one Jeremiah Vaca, who is apparently the head of spa operations. There is also kind of sitting through just, again, more like generic, like a uniform, things like that. Probably you find like a long, like weathered and forgotten photo of like a family, things of that nature. Nothing, you know, no big
Nothing
wealthy,
valuable.
you know. Yeah.
Nothing on their person, so I'm assuming I'm just
If you
going
search
around
the
checking
body
this room.
itself, they would have a very simple wedding ring band, no engagement ring. Looks like it's made
I'll
of
leave that.
like a silver or some kind of metal, maybe platinum. You're not sure.
Nah, they've been dead for a long time. Takes that as well.
Take it off. The finger like crumbles, like breaks apart as you pull the ring off. Yeah, and you inspect
Cool.
it.
Yeah.
It is platinum. You can do it on
You're
your
lucky
platinum
ass.
ring, worth 1 platinum piece. That's just in weight alone. The craftsmanship, it's very dwarven in style. It's like it's almost like slightly hexagonal or like octagonal, like in design. It's been like hammered on the outside, but it's like smooth on the inside. Probably put on like a metal rod and then hammered into shape.
That's one way of doing a ring.
You put it on, Cyrus?
Would it fit my hand?
For dwarves, so yeah. Big, thick
yeah, I'll put it on.
Cumberland sausage fingers. I mean, depending on how big Cyrus's hands are.
Standard humanish size.
So they may be a little bit
hands.
big, maybe like a thumb ring.
Yeah, put it on the thumb.
Put it on, yeah.
Wipe the gross decaying flesh off it first.
Yeah.
Just hear Volga in the background. Cultural appropriation.
Get on the racism
You're lucky
table.
Astra can't see you. The glare.
Yeah, Astra is currently being having a
hand on the skull.
severed head held up at her, with Alice being like, Astra, touch the head, touch the gross rotting head, so we can ask it questions.
Does Astra have to like physically touch it, or could she touch it with her hammer? So
Dink.
Touch the dead, rotting skull, you big baby. Cyrus, was this guy just a head? Where's the rest of him?
We only needed the head.
Cyrus, that's desecration of a corpse. I think that's illegal somewhere.
Would you, if I threw a corpse at you, would you catch it?
I would break its fall.
You
What are
don't
we
need to touch
asking
the
him?
corpse. You just need to be within 10 foot.
okay, Astra's just there like no. What are we?
We're gonna ask him if
But
there's a
what?
cryo chamber, and I don't know if you had any last wishes, I guess, because we don't really have anything else to ask this guy.
Hey, I got a level 3 pass.
Nice.
Apparently this guy was the head of the spa.
Fancy.
Does he get into the
Until
VIP
you die
vault, Sam?
horribly.
You would know the upper
Okay.
card you have was a level 5.
God damn it.
And the thing about it,
Well-
I mean, Volg, you make me an intelligence check.
That's natural.
A natural
21.
21. The captain had a card for level 5, but the captain was found on deck 5 and has a room on deck 5. This is the head of the spa, and they have a card for level 3, which is the same level that the vault is on. However, you would know with that roll, luckily you didn't roll too poorly. You would think that if you didn't think about it for long enough, you'd be like, oh, score, that'll probably do this level because, you know, that's for this level. However, everywhere else, they're not referred to as levels, they're referred to as decks. So there's probably a security level as opposed to a, like, position level.
Deck level.
Yeah. You imagine if you inserted that into the system, it might cause a lockout and might cause a security retaliation. If
I'll tell you
rolled
what,
it poorly, then maybe you would have thought that'd be
assumed
great.
it would work.
I'm assuming the other body doesn't have anything.
There is only one corpse in here.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
A lone corpse. Looks like they like fell out of bed, like based on how you can tell how they're laying. But like, you know, I mean, if you want to make a medicine check, try to work out how they died, you can do that. Or
I can make one
I'm
on.
here.
I can make one on just the skull, but I assume that will tell me beheading.
I couldn't.
looks like Cyrus' individual was sleeping on the top bunk, and probably when the ship impacted, they were probably thrown from their bunk. Considering how like barely easy it was to get the skull free, you think they probably just broke their neck or something, you know, like maybe off the fucking roof. Like you're not sure they was like thrown back into the wall, maybe, you don't know, because they're just sprawled on the floor. Like they're not like
I didn't make it any worse than it was. They were already dead by neck.
You still took their wedding ring.
Cyrus will start climbing down.
This is where we're like, any last wishes? And he's like, return my wedding ring to my family. And so it's like, he wasn't wearing a wedding ring. I don't know what you're talking about.
But you couldn't say that to either Astra or Atlas, because like
No.
passive perception, we'd see that ring start climbing.
Also, I feel like even without a passive perception, it's like, oh, he didn't have a wedding ring? Where'd you get that new thumb ring then, Cyrus? Like, I've always had this. Alright, let's ask this guy if there's any cryo chambers.
Okay. Astra will cast a spell and ask if there's any cryo chambers.
are you just casting this at 3rd level? Does it get a ritual tag or anything? This I haven't remembered.
I think it's just 3rd level.
Okay, you cast it. Skull, mouth cracks, and
Quickly, Astra.
the jaw snaps back into place.
Our frozen guy is dripping. I imagine that Atlas has put it down on the ground at this point. You're not going to hold it the whole time.
Enough of you.
Is there a cryo chamber on the ship?
Yes.
Where is it?
Where is the cryo chamber?
Level 2. Rear of the ship. In the engines.
Fuck.
We're going to have to put this guy back in the freezer.
He's a deck 2. Apologies.
Okay. Unless we have anything else interesting to ask him.
Does he
Any
know
last
anyone
wishes?
else? No. Does he know if anybody else was level 5 and where we would find them?
Who all
Where's the
had
gadget?
level 5? Who all had level 5 clearance?
Any of the officers.
Not super useful. Could have asked him about last wishes.
He has 2 more
We
questions.
still have 2 questions left.
Okay.
Last wishes is always the last question unless we have other questions.
You keep stealing my last wishes question.
We took one from the captain. It's not all of
Do
them.
you have any last wishes?
Bury my remains in the traditional fashion.
Volgir, do you know what a traditional fashion is, or do we need to ask the guy?
I'm going to
Volgir
assume
here?
I know traditional fan.
Wait, history check with
Bloody
advantage, Volgir, because you
hell.
have probably a pretty good idea. Even if you roll low here, you're probably gonna.
Because
So
you're a dwarf.
history is 13.
13? It's pretty simple,
Yeah.
Volgir. Burial.
Dig a hole, put him in it.
Dwarf like dig. Dwarf like earth.
Dwarf love dig.
Like dig.
Okay, you got
Yes.
one more question. Have at it.
Where would the nearest officer be stationed?
A good question.
Ship currently. Third floor. Navigation pod. Front of the ship.
Thank you.
Skull just stops moving.
Okay, we gotta go put the guy back in the fridge.
Yeah.
Okay, but so we're not defrosting him. We're going to see if we get another officer then.
No, we need
Well,
to
we're not gonna get-
defrost him, but we need to check that the cryo chamber is gettable to first.
Yeah.
And he's been
Working.
actively melting for like an hour and a half at this point.
Yeah, he's starting to smell a bit like, I don't know, fish.
So I figure
Asher will
probably
cast Spare the Dying just in case on him at this point, probably.
Do you have anything like gentle repose or anything like that? Might not be prepared.
I don't think I have it prepared. No, I think I do have it, but just not.
Yeah, all cards have it, but it's not really prepared or not. Exact level spell because he stops corpse from decaying.
Decay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not
well,
prepared.
let's put him back in
Prepared.
the freezer. He might lose a few fingers, but you know.
As long as he can come back.
Yeah.
I mean, alternatively, we could just kill him, and then Astra could talk to him, and then if he has a card, if we find out he has a card, we just thaw that part of him
But
and
we
take
need-
the card.
But we need
but we need his voice.
access.
His voice.
That's the point. Now that he's thawed slightly, is there any way of getting to his card?
No, you're gonna break his fingers off. Let's just freeze
No,
him.
no, I'm just asking without breaking his finger.
You
Seeing.
would have to try to move the hand.
Yeah, his arm will
It's
probably
like
come
if
off.
you imagine it's like in the pocket like that, like holding it. So you'd have to like pry the
Right.
fingers. You have to go in the pocket because you have to move the whole arm because you're working at a clamp space.
You're gonna break his arm off, Volgir. Don't do it.
You could cut the pocket off. I don't know, at least so you can see what you're doing, but it's still like to his flesh like that.
Let's
like, in
just
the pocket.
freeze this guy and then find the cryopod and the best route to it.
Back to level 1.
And then down to the engine rooms.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Was that on 5 questions?
I am.
Or was that
robots next to you.
you?
That was.
Oh, sorry. Okay. We're going back to the storage facility.
Certainly.
I guess what, Astra?
Can we take the
This
robot
might
with
mean we
us,
have
or
to
is
go
that it?
outside.
You're mocking me, but if something bites you in the face, I'm not healing you.
I mean, we could ask him. Could you assist us in getting to the engine room?
I can take you as far as the broken edge of the ship. Unfortunately, I cannot proceed any further. My programming will not allow me to put myself into known danger. Unless it is to help save a guest.
Maybe we could stand on the other side and say, I need help, I need help.
I have concluded, based on my assumptions here, you are not guests of the Mithril.
Look,
Buddy, I'm
Mithril
pretty
Horizon.
sure every single guest on here is dead.
That is unfortunately not my programming capacity. I'm here to assist the Mithril Horizon, its crew, and its guests.
Got like a hard
So does that mean
reset
you're not going to
button,
help
or-
us?
Volgir,
afraid I
maybe
do
you
not know.
can. Volgir, maybe you can do the hacky hack.
Maybe we should get
Yeah,
a
but what if that goes bad?
We're trying to help the ship, considering it's non-functional at the minute. So helping us will help the ship in general.
I mean, he's concluded
Which
we're
should-
not guests, and he's still helping us. So
I don't have anything much better to do.
are you like a
Fair.
person, or are you just like a thing?
I am sentient.
You're like a guy. You have thoughts,
The gnomes gave us autonomy.
but you can't leave.
I'm afraid I am unable to
Atlas,
do
we
so
have a
given
guy
the
that's defrosting. Talk while walk.
I'll
Cyrus will
talk
start
about
to pick up
this guy's a
Frozen Man.
slave. You're aware of that, right? That this robot
It's
man
fine.
is a slave.
It's fine.
I was given
Someone
as a
help me
gift
carry the
to
Frozen Man.
amalgamate from the Pedente Alliance back before the Mithril Horizon was even constructed.
They fucked up my planet and they made slaves.
Volgir, help me carry this ice cube.
I'll help you.
Astro will help carry.
Carry him back
You
down to
got
deck
two
one.
people now.
You
We each grab a
carry
leg.
him
Let's to
back
debate
up
moral
into
politics.
the storage area. You put him back in, freeze him again.
I swear to God, this vault better be worth the effort of carrying this guy back and forth from the icebox.
Better be worth going into those engine rooms. And whatever's
It'll
down
be
there.
fine. It'll be fine. Say a prayer. Make yourself feel better.
Because the engines are detached from the area of the ship we are currently in, I could recommend the easiest way would be doing it externally. You'll have to be outside to cross anyway, and it will avoid you having to go through all of the sudden drops and corners of the tunnels. Of the corridors, I should say.
So,
God, we're going to be
Outside
outside
in.
anyway.
Marvelous. I know of a few access hatches unless you have another way out to the surface. There's also a giant hole here in the hull. That'll need repaired. See, he like scans it with his eyes. And like a little panel on his wrist like lights up, and you hear like maintenance log. I like it's all like written in like gnomish, like maintenance log updated.
Do we want to just climb out of this hole, or
Would the hatches have
maybe the hatch
ladders?
would be-
The side hatches do not have ladders. They are intended of being, they are designed to be at the end of corridors. The ship, however, is at a 90-degree angle. So they are now currently more like ceiling hatches. But they lack ladders. This is a
Cool.
notable design flaw.
Are there any ceiling hatches that would now be wall hatches?
I would imagine so. They would take you out the top of the ship, back near you on the deck. There are also lower hatches, which would take us out this side of the vessel. Or if you reactivated the internal gravity, the artificial gravity of the ship, that would also solve the problem.
That one sounds difficult. You
That
just need to
sounds like it
find
needs
that
a lot
take
of
cryo
gravity
chamber.
experts on it.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
Barros and Volgir have switched gravity of internal places before.
Places that had power and not big holes in them.
Fair.
I think to be honest, our best option may be just to go for the giant split down the middle, because that'll just give us the most direct access.
Every hole's a goal.
Reach, sister.
Let's go. We got a dwarf to defrost.
Yep, where are you going? Are you going to try to go via the corridors and be led by HU451? Do you want to go for a side panel and go out on the jungle floor? Do you want to go back towards like
Let's
the
try
hangar?
and stay in the ship for as long as we can.
Sure. You probably end up back in the main atrium then, across and like climbing down to the what is it now? floor of the ship, and then work your way along that side. Takes you some time. The corridors do wind back on themselves. There's a lot of climbing and helping each other needed, but you do manage to make a decent time as you continue onwards. After probably about 15 minutes of like winding through corridors and things like that, you eventually round another corner and you see where a corridor just dead end. Like well, then it just drops off, and just you see beyond it. It's probably about 100 foot away. There is the other end of the corridor, and then in between you see there's a few trees have grown up, like vines, kind of almost like blocking your view a little bit. And then you see suspended about 40 foot off the ground, this big glowing, pulsing blue and purple orb, kind of like a Tesla coil or plasma ball, like arcing like bits of like energy and magical coming off it. And you see it is connected by about 4 very taut looking pipes, maybe, that are like all bolted onto the sides of it that like connect the bits of the ship, and it looks like it's like almost holding the ship pieces like together.
Okay, I vote we don't touch that.
Think like Spider-Man a la like holding like, you know, that always iconic shot.
I
once I
think
agree.
we might have to give it a wide berth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All around it, like
And
the
that's
floor and stuff
maybe-
around it is all like this, all the grass and like vines near it have been turned to this like purplish blue color.
Yeah, wide
doesn't look
berth
healthy.
on that one.
Definitely.
Well, no time like the present. Into the wild,
Okay, you step out.
I guess.
Thank you for your help, Helperbot. We'll be back to pick up that frozen guy, hopefully.
All right, I will maybe stop by cleaning of that area. Yeah, you are currently on the ground, basically, so you step out into the ground floor, like it was actually on the jungle floor. You see there's the little lake, like on round to the left, back on yourselves a few hundred feet, and that little clearing just down there, but you know, you're far enough away from here. There is, the main engines up ahead, you can see there is like stained, like what was once to be a river of some kind from the engines, with like a fuel leak nearly, which has like killed all the grass, and like there's just like, you know, scorched dead earth that remains, like trickles down towards where the lake is, but is no longer liquid at all. No fluid there. Yeah, are you just gonna try to avoid this thing as much as possible and just try to work your way around?
Yeah, just go around it.
Sure. It's about 100
Yeah.
foot wide, the gap, and this thing in the middle is about 50 foot across. This like arcing like ball. The ball itself is probably only about 10 foot, but like the actual energy's all crackling around. It's gonna be about 50
We're
foot.
stupid, but we're not that stupid.
Yeah,
Sure.
we don't have an instant death.
Maybe some of us should be like keeping a watch because there is wildlife.
Yeah, if you think Ash is looking away from the tree line, you gotta go and jeez.
Astra's got her head on a swivel.
Yeah, if you are looking around, you make a perception check.
Alice will also have her head on a swivel, which is significantly easier as an owl.
18.
You see up in the trees there is
Also
a big
18.
there's a big nest up in one of the trees above of you. Big nest. It appears to be made out of scrap bits of metal, and you see hanging off the side of it a long green serpentine like tail, and it's probably about 80 foot up.
Also something that should be given a
Ash?
wide berth.
Astra goes very, very quiet. As quiet as Astra can go. But also has a death grip on Cyrus's arm.
Yeah, and that's like to the left where you guys currently are. So if you wanted to avoid that, you'd have to like skirt the edge of the ship, like, you know, work your way around that way. And then go to
Alice
the far
will
side.
point out the nest to everyone who hasn't noticed it, just so everyone knows to stay the fuck away. Not
So
sure
we're gonna
what's
go
in
the
there.
long way around.
Not sure what's in there. Don't really want to find out. Things in nests normally have babies. Things that have babies normally want to protect those babies.
And or feed them.
And or feed them. Yeah. Astra, I need circulation in my hand. Can you just ease up a little bit? You're cutting the blood flow off to my right hand.
Ease up a little bit.
Astra, he needs those for punching down doors or whatever.
But
Thank you, Atlas.
no punching.
What thumb did you put the ring on? That's
Probably
right.
the right hand.
Okay. Ashley, you probably noticed Sarah's got a new ring.
Got a brand new ring. There's a little bit of mummified flesh still
Feel it, like-
into it.
There's no.
Astra stares at it, looks at Cyrus, looks at the ring. Squints
Cyrus ignores you. He's just walking.
And I look at
Yeah,
him,
you're just
and
walking.
he doesn't look at me.
Are you trying to be sneaky, or are you just gonna give these things a wide as berth as possible?
I feel like we just give them a wide berth, because if we try to be sneaky, it might think we're trying to sneak up on
Yeah,
it.
let's just go the long way around. Other side of the arc.
Yep.
Away
You know
from
what? Unless they want to be really, yeah, I was about to say.
I would save it for now. We don't know
You're
what we're
talking
gonna come
about
up
like a
against.
150-foot like loop to get to where you want to
Right.
be. It's not terribly far, like, but it's still, you know, it would be about a minute if you had to run it. It'd be about a minute of running.
I think we
We've done that
just give it a
before.
wide berth.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Okay. You
Things
start
on
crossing.
nests also usually want to stay on those nests.
You start crossing underneath.
Yeah,
the,
well,
pipes.
let's hope Mommy and Daddy are both in the nest.
Yeah.
What is the marching order?
Oh God.
Alice will lead. She's pretty fearless.
Alice leads.
Pretty
The,
stupid.
the one with the death wish is the famous one.
Barrow's off a lot behind.
There's...
He's pretty careless.
Where do you want these as well?
The rogue is the cat. What is going on?
Have you met Barrows?
I imagine Astra has dragged Cyrus into the middle of the marching order with Death Grip on one arm.
So Astra then
Astra's
Cyrus.
either hiding in front of Cyrus or behind Cyrus, whichever way she's more
So
protected.
it's like side by side.
Okay. And then who wants to go last? Volgir or Deeds?
I'll go last.
Okay.
Said that so begrudgingly. I'll go last.
Atlas, as you're leading the
You-
group,
you
I'd
missed
like it to
the-
be a perception check.
Perception?
Yep.
20.
Okay. As you are like moving like around like on the side of the ship where you're currently, like kind of going to the far like the right hand side instead of the left hand side. So you're like crossing, but trying not to get too close to that big orb. As you get up to about the halfway point, you begin to hear what sounds like electrical crackling. Like a very like almost like a staticky kind of noise coming from the orb.
Okay.
That's all you get. What do you want to do?
I will motion to everyone to back up further from it.
Okay, well you're to the ship. So if you imagine the ship where it's
okay.
cut in half, like you've like left the doorway and you started edging along the
Then
cut
I'm
bit.
going to try and start moving faster.
Okay, so you start running.
Yep.
Okay, Atlas starts to run.
Atlas bolts.
I will bolt as well.
Barrows bolts.
Astra
Bolt.
curses a little bit. Celestial curses as well.
These will run as well. Everyone else is running. And these
I'll
will be like,
run,
what are
but
you
I'll
running from?
carry up the rear.
Don't know. Atlas has just started running. I imagine something's up.
Atlas, how far do you run?
I run until I have got out of range of that thing. I run until I get into that fucking ship.
Okay, so you want to run all the way around.
I want to run.
Okay, so you run right around the ship, and your plan is to run, circumnavigate the 50-foot orb, like the current effect, and then get to the far side. Cool. So Atlas starts leading you guys the same route planned as quick as she can. So instead of just walking like casually and quietly, like not trying to draw too much attention, but also not trying to be like overly suspicious. She starts running with you. The crackling starts. Within 6 seconds of the crackling starting, the orb pulses and lightning like rings like arc along the pipes on the exterior, and the lightning is like arcing from the pipe, like under the ship's surface, like on like the ground, on the bits of metal. Because you have ran, Atlas, Baros, Astra, Cyrus, Daze, and Volgear. So you just raz straight away. You're right in the middle. Off. I need Cyrus, Daze, and Volgear all to make dexterity saving throws, please, because you are going to be caught in the
lovely.
arc.
That's a 19.
That was nearly a 19. That's a 9.
9. I think Daze is like +3 or +4. Daze got a natural 18. So Daze and Volgear, you guys are going to succeed. Cyrus, you're going to take full damage, and the other two are going to take half damage. So Cyrus, you take 21 points of lightning damage, and Volgear and Daze take 10.
What is my... Oh, it's...
Lightning is just not Cyrus's friend today.
Nope.
If only you
Oh,
had
he's fire.
made friends with a lightning devil instead.
Shut up.
Yeah. You just keep running.
Run. Bolt.
Yep, so you just keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Before this thing can charge up again, you get to the interior door on the far side.
Can Astra look back towards the nest to see if it's like been alerted to their running?
Yep.
And
You see, as you ran, there is one reptilian dragon-looking head, green, kind of similar to the jungle wyverns you saw previously, peering over the edge of the nest, and has followed you all the way around and watching you get into the ship. You just be watching.
Oh, lovely.
that thing knows we're here. Just
I doubt it will follow us if we're anywhere near that orb. That thing hits like a truck.
depends if it's used to it or not.
Yeah.
Can we get the door open?
There is no door. It is like a hollow. Like the corridor is ripped open. So like,
Then we get the corridor open.
yep, you're inside the corridor now. Like you're inside the ship, on the engine side.
Sorry, I heard it buzzing and I thought maybe we could just run past it in time. I
Mm.
mean, technically I could, but there were people behind me.
Fine, don't worry about it. Cyrus looks injured.
Cryo chamber?
Yeah, Volga is similar.
Cryo chamber.
Yeah, you can make an investigation check if you want to search for the cryo chamber. You have a rough idea where it is. You need to be on the second deck, which means you need to climb like a little bit up a level in a sense to get there. But it's moving horizontally along the floor, assuming it's on this side of the ship. You pass by like some of these emerald. I think it's the what was the lower floor? It was the adamantine suites, and you see they have these like big glass like floors and stuff like just show the jungle here, but probably would have once given beautiful views of space. Yeah, is anyone searching around for a cryo chamber?
I'll look for a cryo chamber.
Sure, make an investigation check.
Yeah.
General look around then if them two are looking.
19.
16.
17.
Righty. You continue to search around for this thing, all kind of working together and searching. You do have to climb a little bit. It's kind of like just off center in the middle of level 2, but you do eventually find a little cryostasis chamber, inside of which there are kind of like, it's almost morgue-esque. The pods themselves are all stored horizontally, like recessed into the walls, each one with a little control panel operating it. And when you go in there, you find that 2 of them are occupied of the about 18 in the whole space.
Oh, cool. We can defrost more people.
Maybe some of them, or one of them, will have higher clearance.
Yep.
Can I go to the first occupied cryopod?
Certainly.
Probably with Volgar's assistance, because I'm assuming it's all in fucking Dwarvish.
Yep, you will need
Oh,
someone
that's his
to
fair.
the terminal. You need an Arcana check to successfully get the machine working, or a medicine check to like start the cryo system. One of those would be appropriate.
Arcana or medicine?
18 medicine check.
Mm-hmm.
I'll help you. Oh, I can't help you. Never mind. New rules. Can't help.
Hey, it makes
Yeah,
sense,
sure
you
can
know.
help.
You only help with stuff
Yeah.
you're also good at. Don't know if you ever tried to train someone, but they only slow you down more than help you most of the time. Yeah, with a, what was it, 18? So Atlas, also all Atlas rolls are going directly to me as the GM as opposed to the whole group, it doesn't really matter. The rolls are going directly to me as the GM.
I don't know how to turn it off. I don't know how I turned it on.
It's probably in your Beyond 20 settings. But yeah, you go to these two. You are able to pick. There is one for an individual called... there's one individual called Dervil Life and one called Lazalil Verduza.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling good about Lazalil Deruza. I mean, we could defrost
Are
them
the
both,
cryo
but-
chambers like glass, or are they like? Are they?
Atlas like grabs one and like pulls it out from the wall, and it literally is like a morgue bed that kind of comes out, but they have like a little glass like box around them, and you see like laid there in Lazalil Verduza, there is a dwarvish woman. She has two immaculate sideburns that kind of come down like just to her jawline. She doesn't have any like goatee. It's all been like she has just these beautiful sideburns come all the way down, almost like mutton chop-esque, but they are like immaculate. She has a pair of rose tinted big sunglasses on. She wears some kind of like leopard print like fur coat. A big like beautiful like neck scarf as well, kind of like spilling out of it. She has like 6-inch high heels, which look really dainty and petite on her quite big dwarven feet. And she wears these like, you know, probably very nice fitted kind of like jeans, like skinny jeans as well. She has like beautiful like curly like ginger hair that like comes up into almost like not quite like a full, like definitely like a beehive, but definitely more like a big pompous hair. And yeah, she's just laid there. It's like expression that not like expression.
Okay, I'm looking at this woman and I'm thinking she's gonna freak out really hard and not be good in a jungle. Maybe we shouldn't defrost these folks until we're getting out of here.
I think if they're wearing a officer's uniform, maybe try. If not,
Okay, we'll leave her.
Yeah,
We'll look at
she's
the other
definitely
guy.
a passenger.
Yeah,
But
pull the
the,
F1
the
out?
one big
other
question
guy.
You see
is,
a dwarf
how much power is there?
man. They are not overly old looking. Vulgar replace them probably no older than about maybe 50 for a dwarf.
Right.
Yeah, but they're not like, you know, several hundred years old. They're roughly like in their 20s if you put them in the human years comparison. They are you know, nice, well-kept beard, you know, well-styled. They wear a uniform that reflects similar to the one that you saw before of the frozen dwarf, similar kind of style. However, they do not have the officers like shoulder epaulets or anything of that nature. They appear to be just like regular, like standard crew.
Okay, let's defrost these guys when we're getting out of here. Right?
I mean,
Unless one of them-
I mean, the crew member might be useful, just to help navigate and any questions, because
Well, we're gonna defrost the
They'll
other
know
guy
staff
anyway.
areas.
Volker, you mentioned you want to have a look at the power.
Yeah, see if how many
Ooh,
people
Arcana
and if we
check.
can actually get any one.
Arcana is going to be a 10.
Okay. There is a little like terminal, probably like in the center of the room, and it has like a few logs about each like like status of like little pods and stuff. You can see that right now it has in Dwarvish it says caution, emergency power, battery reserve final in use. Please connect to main power as soon as possible, or loss of life may incur. You would suggest for 10. Probably not much juice left in this thing, but you don't know how much it's going to take to defrost or frost someone.
I will relay my phone. Guys, I'm not sure quite how well we're going to do with this. We're getting them out.
I suppose I could get Cyrus to punch me again, but I don't. Like, my.
No.
You might just power it down.
Are you saying there's no power?
I'm saying there's very little power. It's on emergency power. So I highly doubt it's designed to...
Is there any way we could, like, pull the Chimera down here and, like, jump cable this thing?
It's almost as if Harry tried to give us an object with infinite power in a previous session.
No, it's not carrying. It's not. We're not able to carry it around and just power things, are we?
Is there
Infinite
a way to
battery.
jump cable the Chimera?
I mean, Volgir would know that the ship's engine is still outputting power, but clearly because of the damage, this section has been disconnected, perhaps. But maybe so Volgir, I think he would know. He might, if you spend enough time, he could try to get up in the gutty works, try to follow the cables, things like that. However, the cables are, occasionally arcing with lightning that is very sore and hurty because they're damaged. You could try to bring the Chimera down and try to connect it up, but again, you'd have to get the connections out from the walls or the floor or the ceiling, get them outside, and then get the Chimera hooked up to them. You could do it. Yeah, it's just it's not like a simple plug in a phone charger in,
I do have a theory. If we find another officer, I cast Speak with Dead and I get them to repeat something after me.
Ignore that.
That work?
But it might pick you up asking the question.
Not if we don't push the button.
Might not be.
It might just be like, okay, you talk into it, you switch the keys and then you talk into it.
Well, right
It might
now,
not
I think
be like
Frozen Guy is our best bet.
I mean, do you want to see? Maybe we could defrost one of these guys to see if it's got enough power to. Because obviously it's working. There's enough power here to keep them maintained. Maybe we could test one of these guys. Maybe if the staff member,
Sure, let's try defrosting the crew member and see what happens.
But then how are we going to power it in the future?
Well, hang on. Is there more
what do you
than
mean
just these
power in
two
the
pods?
future?
Yeah.
You're going to power. You're going to use what remaining power there is to get one crew member that possibly might fail.
Why don't
Then
we
we're going to
check?
have to power
Why
it.
don't we check all the pods first? See if there's any high-ranking officers
There isn't.
here
There's
before
only
we.
two
Occupied
bodies.
of
There's a
18?
guest-
There's only
Only
two
two.
pods. Oh, I thought
There's
there
a
was more.
guest and there is a crew member who is not as high ranking as the Frozen Guy. I vote we go get the Frozen Guy and we try and defrost him. He's our best bet. And we don't know how much power is left.
Yeah. Got to make sure he survives the trip.
I mean, while you're doing that, I can always have a hunt down with maybe Cyrus to see if we can hunt down.
Someone needs to carry the man, Volgir.
Yeah.
Astra's
I'm
pretty
mean, I
strong.
can give-
I'm sure we can manage it between us, but you're the engineer.
You guys try and have a look at the power, see if there's any way to boost it or hook up the Chimera or something. We'll go get the Frozen Guy.
All right.
I might be able to fly him here potentially. I haven't used my wings today.
Could we hook up a mana coil maybe?
You would need to. It would be kind of similar to like getting two cables and like fucking wrapping it around a 9-volt battery, like that kind of setup. So it'd be a bit ghetto, but maybe. You don't know how much juice this thing needs. There's not like a insert like mana coil here or anything like that. Like it's talking about like a reserve battery, but you don't even see that. It must be in the walls or in the floor or in another room or.
We could go around looking.
You could,
Yeah,
that
we
would
can-
kind of be
we
part
can
of the
see if we
engineering
can
stuff if you
find-
would like do that investigation.
Yeah, we can try and find the backup generators, see if we can boost them or juice them or something while use
Or go back
retrieve
prior or
Yeah.
something.
said Iceman.
Okay.
Just be careful with the slide and everything. I don't want anyone dying.
I'm gonna
Go on.
try.
Right, let's go back and go get the dwarf and bring him back.
Okay. Yeah, you step outside. Following the same route before, big, long, wide arc.
I assume we're gonna attempt to sprint again.
Yep. As you now you know that like the pulse is coming, you can either just go for it or you could just wait. Try to time it.
Think we'll
Try and time it.
time it, maybe?
Okay. You
Yeah, we'll
wait.
try and time it.
The pulse seems to come every about 5 minutes or so. So after about 3 minutes of waiting, there's another pulse, and then you're able to. Or you run, maybe just to be safe. But yeah, you were able to cross the gap safely. As long as it looked like it was just caught you by surprise the previous time. If not for Atlas's keen hearing, it's likely that you would have all been shocked because you were like standing in the middle of two big cables like hanging above you.
Got that good owl hearing.
You make your way back through the winding corridors and tunnels, get the guy, and start heading back. All in all, the round trip's going to take you guys about half an hour or 35 minutes, basically, because about 15 minutes there, 15 minutes back. And then also the fuckery of, like, getting the guy out, lowering him down, and then lowering him up and down the fucking winding corridors, if that's the route you're taking again. If you took him externally, it would be faster, but then obviously, you have to walk longer of, like, the jungle exposed.
That's where we get him out, and just a fucking dragon swoops down, grabs him, and flies away. It's like, well,
Has the dwarf and Popsicle after dinner snack.
Melts it with dragon breath. Oh, that'll work. Meanwhile, Cyrus and Volgir, you guys are looking for a way to reconnect the ship. Sure. It would either be an Arcana or Investigation check. You both can make one, or you can maybe assist each other if you'd rather. It's up to you.
I can investigate at a +8.
I don't have proficiency in either of them.
So why don't you do your own check and I will do my check then?
Sounds good.
Sure.
that sounded so
right.
vulgar when you said that. Like, well, why don't I check and then
23.
you check?
Cyrus, you start doing what you do best. Prying panels off walls and looking for things and following cables around.
You're just prying panels off. Like, yep, there's cables in there.
Meanwhile, Volgir's on the other side of the room going,
Volgir, you probably with like your like scanner and stuff, like remote connection things. It's like just searching around. Eventually, Volgir, you do discover that this entire section of the ship actually is on reserve power. It looks like of the two cables that connect to this area, it is likely that either one of them is ever connecting to somewhere that is like not connected to anywhere else. We need like some kind of like emergency reserve. There might need like a manual switch to be enabled to like give it power, like an actual emergency reserve, as opposed to like the automated ones that it's currently running on. The other one you imagine is probably one of the main power connectors, and it probably had more ones by the time, but they probably snapped and come off. But at least you imagine there must still be one main power connector. However, it looks like maybe it's become disconnected somewhere. But to reconnect that power, you're gonna need to send someone down the maintenance tunnel with that pipe.
Cyrus,
Yeah.
found something.
All right. Point me in the right direction.
You like lightning, don't you? Electricity and all that shaz.
Fuck's sake.
You see that tunnel?
Yeah.
On with your home. I'll
Do I have
stand
to, like,
here and shout motivational quotes.
or
So you'd have to climb up, Cyrus, because it connects quite high. It probably connects in the middle of the ship. Like that's where the cables all connect. They connect like centrally, and then obviously like the main arteries, they probably pump the like smaller connections from there. But but you can see there are 2 little maintenance tunnels. They're probably like, you know, they're not like tiny. They're probably about like 4 foot across, like square tunnels. And these like cables and pipes are basically run along one wall of them. Like they're like literally, like, you know, they're not like just like hanging loose. Like they've been secured to the wall, like you'd expect like cables to be run like in an actual place. But they're, think like air ducts with a big cable running along it.
Yep, Cyrus will clamber up into one of them.
Okay. Make me
Start
just an athletics check,
crawling
see how long it takes you to clamber up. And are between the 2 of you, are you waiting for any arcing or anything like that, or are you just gonna go for quickly try to get done?
Do I see any arcing, or
Just the usual thing. This is connected to the big sphere in the middle, so it's where the arcing was before. So you have seen arcing previously on these cables. That's what shocked you guys before.
Yeah, I think I'll run the risk now.
Okay.
Because I don't see or hear anything.
Perfect. So Cyrus, you run the risk. You scramble up pretty quickly, get yourself into the tunnel itself, and you start moving along the little maintenance tunnel. You do need to, like, you know, you're not like fucking die hard through the vents. Like, you're crouched, like, you know, walking through. You're taller than 4 foot. So you're like crouching along, like walking along, like, you know, and it seems to be primarily like mostly a straight shot. After about, call it 120 foot or so of crawling in, you know, your dark vision now, like you can see behind you like the light for the canopy, like, you know, way in the distance where the little opening is, and you hear like the dancing, like, you know, orb floating there, still giving off its like strange little pulses every now and again, but nothing big or startling like before. You find that a section of this actual thing has had a large bit of structural damage on the interior. Looks like when the ship crashed, it's like pushed like a big support beam up into these, and it's like snapped the power cable, and the power cable is just like tied around like this big support beam. However, you can see it's been torn and ripped, and you see where it's supposed to connect is torn and ripped, and it's probably about, like, you're talking like maybe call it like a meter and a half, 2 meters. But like this thing is like coiled taut around like this fucking thing pinned on with the metal. To get it to come free, you're gonna need to basically like wrench, like you're gonna have to like lift it up and wrench it out, or you're gonna need to find out some other way to bridge the gap. Like maybe like a conductive something like that might work temporarily, but obviously it's big, thick, heavy cable. It probably needs something like fairly solid, like, you know, maybe a sword would do it, but like it might melt the fucking sword, like, you know, that level. You don't know.
I see a perfect conductor. It has 2 arms, 2 legs.
I do not have the HP to be said conductor.
I'm ready.
You need about 1.5 meters length if you want to connect them like that, or you could try to untangle it, and then you'd have to reattach it somehow. And it's not like a plug has come loose. It's like the thing has been fucking ripped open. Like the cable has been torn and shorn.
Probably gonna try and unwrap the cable. It's gonna take a bit more time.
Yep.
But yeah.
Okay. Make me an athletics check just to see how quick you're able to, like, you know, start moving stuff into place. You don't have your crowbar anymore. 24. Yeah. Pretty good. You're able to like find like a point where you can like get your back up against the wall and use your feet to like push the thing up enough and give it a good tug. It becomes very apparent very quickly that this cable is actually helping hold the thing aloft. So as soon as it starts to come loose, it starts to move, and you have to hold on to it and like maybe brace your leg under the like the girder to like save yourself. Make me a strength saving throw to see that you don't have an unfortunate accident. Bear in mind you're moving around a bit of shit that's broken.
Yeah, 17.
Are you relaying what's going on?
That's up to him. You hear the sound of wrenching metal. Relaying? And you like, and then you like as gripping. It's like echoing down the corridor, like out into the open space.
Cyrus, you okay?
The cable's caught. I listened to the cable, but it's weakened the structure of this fucking tunnel.
Like Cyrus, right now you're probably like arm over like the supporting beam that you just lifted up, and the other arm like holding like the coil of this cable, like you're pulling it up into yourself like that, and like a hug, and you can see where it needs to go. You're like. Like it's like a fucking, it's like trying to pull like a car on like a tow rope. It's like fucking hell, like, you know, you're trying to stretch it, because obviously this is connected to another half of the ship, which is like taut, so like you're pulling like against it in any which way. To get it, you're gonna need to make
No.
I need another athletics check to try to pull it and get it back up to where it needs to be.
You just hear
I
me
have
shout
a
down. Do
reference
you need
in
some
my head,
help?
and I don't like it. I don't like the reference in my head. Eddie.
Do you need help, Cyrus?
16.
You start pulling it. You start pulling it. Fucking hell. Oh, you get like your other elbow over the thing, and you've got like maybe half a meter. Another athletics check, please, Cyrus.
Are you getting Cyrus? Wake up! I don't like this. Is that what you're getting, Mary?
No, I'm getting Eddie from Jurassic Park 2. The fucking two T-Rexes on each other.
Oh, that's worse. What check am I
One
making?
more athletics check, please, Cyrus.
I told you I
19.
didn't like the reference.
Pull it. Pushing it, and you're trying to like it's like slipping back between your fingers. You're gonna grab it back in your arms. You push it again, bring it up. You go get it like in place. You're holding it. You're like, but how are you gonna attach it? Vulgar.
Is it like a plug or is it like cables?
It's like as if you imagine you just took a fucking iPhone cable and you took like a fucking bread knife and just like hacked it and it's like frayed.
Okay.
Like a frayed copper wire, basically, with like a big.
If you
thick
can hold
insulator.
it till Astra gets there, she can just mend it.
Yeah, melt.
Eat
So,
melt.
for-
Or
Here.
set yourself
What's your
on
passive
fire and
perception?
just solder it together.
Did you
My
stand out
passive
in the open?
perception is, oh god, is a
Listening?
15.
A 15? Okay. Vulgar,
Listening tastily.
you like clock that nest, and you see something moving around in it, but like again, doesn't seem interested in leaving the nest. That's fine. Do you mind focusing on Cyrus? But you don't hear the slow incrementing build of electricity until it's too late. And the arc starts going down the pipe towards Cyrus. It doesn't move like it's probably moving about 30 foot around. Cyrus about 120 foot down, so he has time before it's gonna get to him. The surge of power is like
Just green
like,
sun. Cyrus! Duck!
Just as a question, my little toolkit that I bought didn't have a small blowtorch on it, did it?
It probably
think it was
wouldn't have a
mostly, like-
blowtorch, but also bear in mind it's like a big insulated cable, so a blowtorch wouldn't do you much good here unless you had like, you know, something like solder or, you know, any welding sticks, any welding rods. To like. You hear it now, Cyrus, as well, like the kind of crackling.
You're
echoing down the
probably
corridor, and
hearing
you look behind yourself,
Vulgar.
and you hear like Vulgar's call, like Duck, and then you look back and you see the light of day, and then just in front of that you see like this like arcing like it's arcing off like the ship like all over like the thing, like completely blocking the whole tunnel. Like,
Do I think if I drop this cable, the tunnel will collapse?
you think if you drop the cable, it's very likely the cable will probably fall away from you, so you might be okay. But it's probably gonna, it might not. Getting that cable back here is gonna be a job. And you've got it. It's like touch it, but you're like holding it there, like, oh fuck. You also know, Cyrus, if you just hold it there, it might be enough to get some juice into those batteries.
Can I bonus action rage?
Yeah, you wait for it to be like closer, like just before it's about to hit you, like engage your rage. It is lightning damage.
Do I not have lightning damage?
I don't think you're a Totem of the Bear barbarian.
No, I'm
so you
not.
only get bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing, as far as I'm aware. But you can rage if it makes you feel better. If
I
that's the
thought
plan.
you were lightning
Never mind.
thingy.
So,
no,
Cyrus, with the call from
Mary's
Volk here,
lightning.
you have 3 turns before this is going to reach you. So that's the challenge. Cyrus has 3 turns.
Send a prayer to an apple, see what happens.
You don't have anything in
I
your
don't suppose
inventory
that-
you could
three
like lash it
turns.
together with or something?
How far away is he from me?
120
not
foot
still have
down the
rope?
tunnel.
I do
damn.
have rope,
You
but I
have to
don't know how I'm
unbolt your-
going to
It is
secure
now between
rope.
the arcing electricity is now
to you.
between you and him.
Yeah, but if you tie the rope to hold it up for now, so tie it in a certain way you can pull it back
to
up.
a cable.
I'm tying
You
rope to a cable,
aren't
and I'm
here.
tying another rope to
What
another
is
cable.
Cyrus doing?
So I'm assuming that this cable has some kind of insulate or like a fabric wrapped around it.
Yeah.
Is there any way that I could basically pin the cable to the wall with my axe by like going with the grain of the wires? As in, I'm not cutting the wires, I'm cutting the insulate and trying to like pin that to the wall so that it'll stay where it is.
So you want to like wedge your axe at like a 45-degree angle against the wall in the corner and try to like brace it, basically like prop it up into place.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I say let's make an athletic check to see how successful you can like wedge it in place without it slipping.
I am raging,
Yeah.
so
Rage, you get advantage.
advantage.
Yep.
It's 14.
14. You like wedge it up and wedge it into place, and like you there's nowhere super good to like, because when you wedge it in, it kind of slips down again, like instant, because there's no, it kind of slips to a corner. And you're like at the girder that got in the way, and you use the girder, like you prop it up the girder. It's holding for now, but you don't know, like it's kind of like, you know, like it's like not perfect. It's not like it's not like snug. It's not as snug as you holding it in place.
Yeah.
Because you're propping it up with a stick, basically.
I'm gonna have
like
to...
a mousetrap box, you know.
I'm gonna have to just leave it at that, and I'm gonna leg it back to Volgear.
And take you towards
the
electricity.
electricity's between you and me.
Towards the electricity.
Correct.
Yeah.
The only way that is not towards electricity's house is deeper into the ship, Scotty Works. Until you find an access hatch, which there must be one somewhere, but you haven't seen one yet.
Yeah, I'll do that then. I'll go towards the ship.
Okay. You start moving at half speed. Bear in mind, it moves 30 foot around, so as long as you, on all your subsequent turns, are dashing, it won't catch up to you unless you get stuck in a dead end. Cyrus, you go forward 15 foot, and it's your turn. This thing surges closer. Next turn, Cyrus, 30 foot. Volgear, are you doing anything at all in this time? Do you have to do anything at all?
See.
Cyrus,
So this
thing
is
is about
surging
75
down
foot.
the. This is the electricity surging down the thing. Does it look like it's going to go through the cable?
You're on the ground. Cyrus climbed up about 50 foot into this access hole in the side of the broken ship, through that following the pipe. So you could just hear him straining stuff in there, and then you see the lightning, like, you know, going in. And it's like, it's up. You'd have to climb up to look.
If Volgear's here, I went up and then climbed along this tunnel to get to the thing.
If
the
you
pulse is
imagine, like,
coming
the
from here.
the ship's in two halves, like here and here. The orb's in the middle, and the access hatch you went to is like there. So like he's like down on the ground, and you're here. It's just like.
I'm wondering. I've got an idea, but I have no idea if it's going to work. Well, how much is it moving a turn? The electricity?
30.
About 30 foot.
30 foot.
I move 15, unless I dash.
I have an idea. So how far away is it from me at the moment?
You've seen it. It's gone into the tunnel, and you can't see it anymore.
Well, how far away is the tunnel from me?
50 foot up.
Foot up.
You have to climb. It took Cyrus about, you know,
Right,
15.
I'm gonna
20
try
seconds to
it.
climb up.
If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm going to drop my Drake
Okay.
and resummon him as a lightning.
Sure.
I'm going to summon him 30 foot in the air.
Cool.
He's then going to fly his 40 foot,
Yep.
20 foot, and then 10, 20 foot running into the thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna go tell him to kind of almost protect Cyrus if he can.
Okay. You tell Dragon, "I'm coming, Cyrus," he says in Draconic. As he flies down.
Volgear, what the fuck was that?
Hopefully some backup.
So it is going to take you, to do that, Volgear, it is going to take you 2 turns, because it is an action to
Dispel.
dismiss it, and then another action to resummon it.
Oh.
Because it is, the Drake remains until it reduces your hit points, until you use this feature to summon the Drake again, or until you die.
Well,
So So you have to use an action to use the feature Drake Companion to deactivate it, and then another action to summon it. You can do it, it's just going to take an extra turn to do so.
Until you...
You could just send a Dragon in as he is.
Yeah, but he's not a bloody lightning. I'm not sending him in as he is.
Soak up the thing.
But, see, I get... So, what are we on round 1 still?
This is like, yeah, so this, I'll say, you know, your first turn was kind of trying to warn Cyrus and, like, you know, reacting to that.
Okay.
And then that's like the first little bit that's happened. Cyrus had problem with the thing, and he started to evade it. So that's whatever it's begun. It started moving, he's evading, and then you're now going.
See, I read it as until you use this feature to summon a Drake again. So basically, I can summon a new one and it dispels him at the same time.
You can it says that you can magically summon the Drake that is bound to you. So you are summoning the same Drake. So if he's already summoned, I don't think the intention, because otherwise you could just be like swap. You know, like.
Well, I can only do it once a day anyway. I can do it once a day anyway. No.
Well, no. You if you use a spell slot first level higher, you can just summon him again.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
It's right at the bottom, so you can just keep. First level is keep summoning him back. Then he takes an action. Then she click your fingers. He's back, baby. As long as you got a first level spell slot.
Yeah, I like that. Right, well, that's it.
All right. So you initially desummon him this turn. Cyrus.
I'll start climbing with what movement I have anyway.
Would pinning the axe as it is, would that kind of as an attack, or?
I would say put your whole action to prop up the cable.
Yeah.
Because you weren't attacking it. You were like handling it, trying to make it work, slipping, or correcting your thing. It was an ability check. It wasn't an attack roll.
Yeah, so I'd probably lose my rage then.
I thought you were resistant to lightning. Otherwise, I would have gone and done it.
Nope, I'm gonna dash.
Okay.
So Cyrus understanding, I'm not safe in the ducts. I need to get out of the ducts before this.
I will describe to you what you see. 75 foot behind you, you see a concentrated blue ring of light of energy, which is being exuded from the shielding. It looks like the shielding has been compromised, maybe with age or time, or maybe way too much power has been pumped through this pipe, this cable. From that blue ring, Tesla coil-like arcs of lightning are arcing into the surrounding metal surfaces and walls. Have you played Stalker 2? Have you seen that anomaly in Stalker 2? It's that.
You're in a microwave.
No, but I have the image in my head.
It's like a big lightning pulse coming your way, and it's 75 foot behind you. You dash and you keep like moving, like crouch. You move forward a little bit.
I've played Doom 3. I seen what the BFG does, and I'm the demon. That's the green orb flying towards me.
After about another 30 foot of dashing, you do reach a point where it goes into a T-junction, splits.
Go right.
Okay.
Always go right.
Will take all your movement, but you will get to go right. So Cyrus is intending on going right. Perfect. Volgear. You are 25 foot up. You climb another 25 foot.
25 foot. Yeah. What's the climb? Is it climb speed half your?
I think it's half your movement speed. Yeah. So it would be you got 15 foot then. So it's because this.
20 foot.
You're a dwarf, right?
Yeah, 40 foot.
40 foot. Oh, nice. Fucking really cool. So yes, so you climb 20 foot, 40 foot.
I mean 40 foot according to my thing.
Yeah, so that's sweet.
According to D&D Beyond, which I'm really.
Maybe it's like you got the mobile feet or something.
No. That's what I'm confused about.
You got 40 foot, take it or leave it, baby.
I'll take it, but yeah.
You summon a dragon 30 foot ahead of you, and then you have them fly.
If I'm going to do that then, I'll climb the 40 foot, climb the rest of the 10, run another 30, and then summon him 30 foot in front of that. So he's 60 foot down the tube.
So you want to dash first before you summon him?
No, I'm using the movement first.
Yeah, so it's half speed climbing, unless you have a climb speed.
Well, that's what I'm trying to understand here, because I click on my speed, and it just says speed, walking, climbing, swimming, all 40 foot.
Oh, amazing. Maybe it's a new
I'm trying to work out what the fuck's picked that in, but I can't for life tell.
It might be in a rule.
See, mine just says a character has the speed.
If you click the walking, the actual 40 foot speed, mine's
at the very top. It says at the very top it says walking, climbing, swimming.
Yeah, mine are all 40 foot.
Oh, mine just says walking 40, and then down it says 2 for difficult terrain unless a creature has a climbing speed.
Yeah, so climbing is moving at difficult terrain, so it normally is half speed unless you have a climbing speed.
Yeah. Well, this is what I'm confused about. I'll just say it's half then. So just
I mean,
for the sake of it.
you probably have it from something. I mean, it's there. It's there.
Right,
Maybe a
okay.
new like feat for something.
Freedom of movement, maybe.
I have no idea. That's the problem. I'm staring at all my things. I'm just double checking if there's anything in the core ranger traits.
Okay, I can check thingy.
Do
See if
you
she
have
has it.
the athlete general feat?
No, the feats I have our medium armor master, alert, archery, and defense.
Okay, well you do not get the climbing speed from that.
Yeah.
Then. Don't know.
That's okay. Okay, I'll leave it off because it doesn't make sense.
I mean, you have them somewhere, so fuck it. It's on the sheet. Let's use it. Like D&D Beyond,
Unless it's
fucking...
a dragon has a climbing speed.
There you go.
Well,
Level
yeah,
6 roving. It's under
Oh yeah, your
Ranger's
speed increases by
ability.
10 foot.
your speed is by 10 foot when
Yeah,
you're wearing heavy armor.
Maxine
You also
has
have
it
a
as
climb
well.
speed and a swim speed equal to your speed. So there you go.
Hmm.
So Volkir
Didn't
very
know that.
nimbly climbs up here 40 foot, so you're nearly at the top. Another 40 foot, you start moving down the tunnel. You actually see this lightning, and it's like you probably could nearly catch up to it here.
Yeah. So I'm now 40 foot, 20 foot. So I'm 30 foot down the tunnel.
Yep.
So I stick a dragon another 30 foot ahead of me, ahead of that.
That'll put him beyond it, and that'll put him about 45 foot behind Cyrus. So he can
So there's
fly.
now a blue drake just appears. Between us.
He appears right next to you, and you see Cyrus has left his axe propping up this pipe, and it looks like the pipe is like just like roughly, like it looks like he's trying to like put a mend like a break in the in like the cable, but hasn't had time like actually attach it.
How far away is this cable from the other cable?
They are like just about touching.
So could a dragon like either clam or wrap tail around one, hold the other, see what happens?
Do you want a dragon? A dragon you can have a command and type like I'm trying to like hold it like in place.
Yeah,
or you can
hold
tell
it.
him to like try to act as a conductor. A
Yeah,
dragon is a
conductor.
lightning dragon.
Yes.
You don't know how conductive he will be.
He
I
could
don't
be
know.
insulated
Yeah, he
because
might be
he's
really
lightning.
insulated.
Yeah, true. I'm just trying to think that maybe it might, unless I stick him in the thing and it blocks, it forces the electricity, and then it's going to force it back at me potentially.
Well, it has to get to
You just
me
make him
before
open
it
his
gets to
mouth
you,
and, like,
so...
You know, eat it, eat the electricity.
Yeah, that would be a fun one.
Nom nom.
You can just like eat it and then vomit it out the other end.
I got the Godzilla noise in my head, right?
Nom nom nom.
If you eat something and then
Womp,
vomit it out
womp.
the other end, that's not vomiting.
Trying to see here. It's a shame I'm not. It's a shame I've not got more levels to this,
I just got what George meant.
because he gets his breath attack at some point. Do you know what? I'll tell him to just try and. I'm going to assume he's insulated then, considering he's immune. So I'm going to tell him to kind of protect the opening that you're in, Cyrus.
Thank you.
So you fly him up to the turn where Cyrus is just about to turn.
Or even just at the entrance, and then he can always go ahead of the lightning again, can't he? So he's just going to stay right. So I'm assuming he's come in through one tunnel, hit a chamber, gone out another tunnel. So he's going to sit right on the end of this second tunnel.
Yeah, so if you imagine it's like a T, like a uppercase T, and you're coming up like the long bit, and it splits into four, like a T junction at the end. So you're
Yeah, so he's just going to sit on that T, like
so
in the
Cyrus
big
is like
long
on the
piece.
T right now, like looking right, looking left, looking right. It looks like he's about to turn right and start moving.
So he's going to sit somewhere 50%. He's going to sit halfway.
Sure.
Up that.
Sweet.
Or closer to me. Basically enough time that he thinks he can move again if he needs to.
Your movement in the cramped space, Volgira, is even though because you're a little bit wide, it is half speed because it is tight. But You did make good time climbing
medium.
up here, so.
Yeah.
But a Dragon is small, correct? Or is he bigger?
No, he's gone to medium now.
Medium
Okay,
now.
then he would need to dash to get the Cyrus. So he would do that then, I suppose.
Yeah, he's not really doing anything else.
He dashes ahead and he overtakes the lightning. So by next turn, the lightning still would have reached him. So then he can get set up then.
As he passed through the lightning, what did the lightning do anything?
The lightning kind of like arcs like towards him, like onto him, but like it doesn't seem to bother him. He is immune to lightning damage.
I know that. I'm just hoping they might deter lightning to
It
basically
looks like
go
it
the
still
other way.
arced towards him the way you would expect it to. It didn't look like it like
Right,
avoided
then he
him.
can go for the fucking cable.
Sure. He like you tell him to stop. He spins around. He's at the cable with the axe.
Yeah.
Alrighty, what
If
do
it
you want
arcs
him to do?
towards him, I'll take it that. You could just stay there like that.
Okay.
I like it a bit that.
Are you giving him
Just
an
so
order
he can
of,
grab
like,
the cable. Yeah, grab the cables.
do you want him just like hold
trying
them
to
in
dispel
place? Or
Like, try and hold it so it's pointing to the electricity. So it gives it an easy point to
okay,
disappear.
so you want him to basically kind of do what Cyrus is doing, like maintain the connection.
Yeah.
Cool. The lightning arc comes up, passes through a Dragon. I've got it, Volgear! And it goes, and you see some of it like explodes out like right in his face, and he goes like, and then like just like continues holding on. And yeah, the lightning continues on downwards down the tunnel.
Oh, damn it.
You've successfully bridged the broken junction. If you wanted him to like move it away so like it wouldn't follow Cyrus, you could have done that. But you were like,
Yeah.
bridge the connection. So you bridged the connection.
Yeah, the way I was thinking,
Like Cyrus also could have just not. Cyrus could have also just not connected it and ran down the corridor and left it.
It's
Like,
fine.
Cyrus
I
actually was like,
think I'm-
it's like imagine imagine like a string of gunpowder like on the floor and someone like lights it and Cyrus has like a gap in the gunpowder like oh he like pushes it back to fill the void like ah! It's literally
that's what we've done. I thought it was like that's a cable that goes elsewhere. That's why we put it back in and the cable
it's like,
and
it's
the
like
electricity
a big
goes off
cable
somewhere
that runs
else.
like down the spine of this corridor and like Cyrus got a T-junction at the end of the corridor and like it goes left and right and like the cable splits
Well,
at the end.
Cyrus, good luck.
This is literally
The
the main
cable's-
artery for like the end.
The cable
supplies.
splits, so it doesn't matter which way I go, it's gonna follow me.
It might be less powerful,
Ah.
or you could
I'll
try cutting
continue.
the cable. But
Doesn't
then again, you
solve
don't
our
know where it
problem that
goes.
Yeah. Cyrus will continue down the tunnel that he is. He'll actually start following the key, see where it goes to. Maybe there's a shuttle at the other side.
Sure.
was still
Just make
wall.
me a perception check as you're kind of like looking along as you're moving along.
11.
11. You do spot about another like 15 foot ahead of you, just the end of your next dash. There is an access tunnel, a hatch that you think you can get out, but it is currently closed.
Yeah, I'll just all movement
What's that?
towards the access hatch.
Volgear, are you going to continue chasing the electricity and Cyrus, or are you gonna?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay. You start chasing it.
Yeah.
Half speed.
Really
You
do.
kind of get to where you kind of catch up to a Dragon, who's like there, like just letting go of the pipe, which is like still being propped up by Cyrus's axe. You look at Cyrus's axe. Cyrus, is your axe magical?
No.
Cyrus's axe has actually like warped with like heat conductivity through it. Like the actual like top pointy bit of the axe is like bent a little bit, like a shark's fin that's been kept in captivity for too long.
I've had that axe since level 1.
It still works as an axe. It's a little bit bendy at the end.
Yeah.
A good
It's
blacksmith
now
could
like-
probably
It's like a
fix it.
halberd.
Yeah, like I said, like that. It's like a little bit curve. It kind of curved around the cable a little bit, semi-adhered to it. But you get to there. You send a Dragon off. Dash in front of it.
Yeah.
Cool. A Dragon sees Cyrus as he whizzes around the corner. Like, he's just about 20 foot ahead of me. It looks like there's a little access hatch he's trying to access. The lightning's still behind him.
Just run, Siren, run!
I know!
The lightning
You're not running fast enough!
crackles ever closer, Cyrus. It's still about, like, 60 foot from you.
I just like the idea that all you hear behind you is you hear crackle, 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 and then as there's a mini drakes just chasing you down the.
And then you move 15 foot, Cyrus. You have your action. You see the hatch.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and open that.
You try to open it. It seems to be locked. And you see there's a little small panel next to it, and it says, "Warning, power depleted. Please contact maintenance."
No. Fuck.
Tunnel goes onward, or you can do something to try to get it open. You have 2 turns, including this one. I think that's up to you. You see, it's like it like gets to the T junction, like starts arcing, like, you know, as it splits in half.
I look up and see where the cables are.
Yeah, they're like right in front of you. Like it's a 4 foot wide tunnel, and the cables alone like about a foot wide. They're big fucking cables.
So the panel's is the panel at a junction, or is it just a panel on the wall?
It's like it's probably like a ceiling access hatch, but because of the ship being on the side, it's like a door almost.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like it probably has like a hollow strap, like, but like because there's no fucking power, like, I mean, it's about to get power, but
Cyrus will continue down the tunnel because
Okay.
fuck, there's nothing he can do without power.
okay. Cyrus continues on the tunnel without power. Cyrus, you could indefinitely outrun this electricity until you run out of room to run.
Stamina. Yeah.
After about another 30 foot, there is a left turn. Further ahead, another 30 foot, there was another left turn. That's all your dark vision you can see from here. And it keeps going straight as well. And then
I need
it
to think,
keeps branching. Like it keeps branching and branching. So at each subsequent.
Because if I go left, will that take me into the path of the current that currently split?
No, it's like that would run. If to give you an idea, like so it would if you took a left, that would put you back on the original line away.
You'd be
from,
going straight again.
Yeah, you'd be going back away from the original source. Kind of going towards like close to where the cryo chamber was, honestly, like that kind of directs deeper into this area. Of the ship. So you're instead of at the minute you're kind of going. You start off going deeper into the ship, then you started going along, and then now you've options to go deeper again. Looks like so. Probably maybe you look at like a wider point. You can't fucking place yourself.
Yeah, I'll just continue. Go left.
You go left. Another 30 foot, Cyrus. And you see up ahead an actual maintenance balcony.
Brilliant.
It widens up.
Is there any like divert power switch channels?
You look around, Cyrus. You're standing on like a little thrust balcony. It's about maybe 15 foot wide. The cable goes to the end of the balcony and it stops, and you see it actually turns up into a little small set of like tongs, like that.
Okay.
And you look around, you're in this big, like, round open space, like big, huge vacuous round space, and you see there's like a small little, like, maybe like a little circle of light, like, and probably you're talking, like, it's outside your dark vision range. It's probably 100 foot away, maybe, and it's like a small circle. It could be 10 foot, it could be 5 foot. You don't know. You're not entirely sure. I would like Cyrus to make an intelligence check.
He's in the engine.
I don't suppose I can add my proficiency to that because I'm an engineer.
You're engineering, yeah.
Yeah, that's a 10 math.
Cyrus,
Wouldn't
even if a
work.
10, you've seen enough of these things to know that you are in a ginormous thruster. And that sparking tong is potentially going to ignite it. But hopefully that's fire damage?
So I'm risking lightning damage or fire damage or unknown damage.
Yeah. You see, as like the lightning obviously is like being like obviously this big pipe probably is connected to little smaller cables connected all over, and you begin to hear like whirring, like coming to life. You like see like like arcing like little like things along the little hole in the end that is small. It starts to like get bigger, like afterburner like style, like it's like flare out.
How far is that little hole from where I am?
About 100 foot.
Run,
You know you've got about
run.
it's going about 30 foot around, and you were dashing at half speed. You're no longer at half speed,
Yeah.
so you could make it in 2 turns, but you have to scramble up the inside of a smooth. So you at the minute you're in the middle, right? This thing is 100 foot long. It's probably about 50 foot tall. You've got a 25-foot drop to the floor, no ladder, and then you have a 25-foot sloped incline to the hole. Or sorry, 100-foot sloped incline to the hole. So you're talking at the end, it's probably gonna be like
You're
a
in a
fucking
bathtub.
scramble.
You gotta hop off into
I'm imagining though that as it whirs and
Oh
opens,
yeah, it's getting more and more
it's
flat,
not
yeah.
as
But it does. You don't know how big it's gonna flare.
yeah.
It's only just started like flaring.
Fuck. Cyrus is going to rage, and he's going to jump over the balcony.
Whoop. You leap. You fall 25 foot. You can make me a... It's going to be an acrobatics check to break the fall into like a combat rule, do not like fall prone.
Okay.
And you do take some damage.
17.
17. It's enough to not get knocked prone, and you're only going to take a d46 falling damage. You reduce it by 1d6. So it's be 17, half to 8 bludgeoning damage, and you like combat roll out, and you just start running, I assume, like fuck. Run like fuck, baby. You run
like fuck.
You run. Volgear isn't here, but a Dragon will continue to follow you because that is what he's been instructed to do. A Dragon gets to the balcony. He's like, "Sir, it seems like we're in some kind of large open space. Cyrus is running for an exterior exit, looks like. He's about 50 foot ahead of me. He's gotten away from the electricity, sir."
Fly! Fly, you fool!
Okay, and he'll fly after Cyrus. The electricity. Cyrus, you look back, look over your shoulder. You see like the blue like light from the electricity, the blue like white light coming through the tunnel. And you look up and you see you've still got like another 40 foot to clear. You just dash. As you like throw yourself prone on the dirt of this jungle floor, like, oh, sweet like grass. You just hear, "Sir, the electricity appears to be moving towards like as huge blast, like all the trees, Cyrus, like fucking near, like you watch them like forward. All of you hear this, and Volgear, you still in the tunnels feel like the ship move like a little bit, like whoa fuck, as the whole thing lurches forward, and Cyrus, you're laid there like face down, like roll on your back. You just like see like the heat wave like effect, like the Oasis Mirage effect over your head, as this blue white light instantly has ignited to like blue white light hot, and is just full, as if someone had like left their thruster on full blast by mistake. The whole bottom half of the ship is just like moving forward through the fucking earth, like
I'm probably holding on for dear life inside this.
it's not moving that fast, Volker. It's probably moving like 5 foot around, like, because obviously it's
just groaning through the dirt.
Like you don't know when it hit. You imagine when it hits the main vessel, it will probably like, you don't know what's gonna happen when it hits the fucking orb, but like, you know.
Oh Jesus. If it's not the
A
quinces
Dragon
of
lands next to you, Cyrus, and you notice he's got like a big like, scorch mark up his side. It's like, ow.
If it's not the consequence.
It's not the orb I'm worried about. It's when it hits that nest.
Yeah.
I need to figure out a way to turn that off. Cyrus will start running after the shit. After it.
Like someone who left their fucking handbrake off.
Like it's literally Jack Sparrow of the.
You start
The
rushing
ship is
on after
moving.
it.
The ship is moving.
Volgear, you reach the access panel and it has power. You're able to just like chunk, open it up, climb down inside. The ship has power again, baby. If you so wish, or you could go back if you want to turn around and go back to see what's happening at the open end. You can, or
I'll look around. Is there some way of turning off the bloody engine?
not from in here unless you start disconnecting cables.
Yeah, I ain't doing that. I will turn around and start going back the way I came.
You go back to your cable gear, and as you like kind of like get close, you see the ship at this point has probably moved forward about 20 foot. So it's no longer a 100-foot gap, it's only an 80-foot gap. And you see that like sphere is getting closer and closer. You probably have about another 12, 15 seconds before that's on top, before that's gonna like block your entrances effectively.
Oh god.
You see the wyvern nest, like, you know, as you get to the edge, like looking out, looking around. You see like the wyvern looking around, looking the ship. You see birds like flying off, like.
Oh no. I'm just gonna keep running.
If you had a spell slot, you could
You know
tell
what?
the others to
You know
turn off the engines from the cockpit, because they're currently in the other half of the.
Yeah, but they're not in the
That's a good
cockpit, are
point.
they?
No, but they can get to the cockpit.
It depends where the fuck they are in comparison.
They're probably still like in the cold storage area at this point. I made a good point. You guys hear like a huge fucking like sounds like a rocket being launched.
As we're
That's 'cause it
following
hits
this
our rocket.
frozen dwarf around.
Yeah.
Why did I feel like that? That was us, wasn't it? That.
Us specifically, no. The other half of us, absolutely.
Hey, at least we were successful at getting the power back. I'm going to reduce myself and start legging it a full fucking pelt through these tunnels.
All right. Yeah. You start running. You get to the edge. Start climbing down. Are you going to go back into your half of the ship, or do you want to just get away from the ship? Or
I'm just trying to work out if I can turn this off from any fucking where.
okay. Are you trying to do that from your half of the ship, or do you want to go back towards the cockpit?
I'll
You
have a
know the
look around
cockpit
this
has
side of the
controls,
ship.
but like, you know, it's
Right, I'll
massive.
run for the cockpit then.
But it's literally the opposite end of the ship.
There was two bridges.
Oh yeah,
The ship
shit.
of this size had two bridges.
I'll remember it's
I
that's fine.
can't tell you that, but I know that. So while I'm outside the ship, I'm
Yeah, but you were. It was
Cyrus,
also.
you see, like above the engines, there is like a little, slightly smaller than the other one you saw, like perched on top of the engines, probably used for like more delicate maneuvers and stuff like that. For like if the ship ever had to move in reverse. And it's on like
Is
the
there-
fourth floor.
Is there any way that Cyrus could climb the outside? Are there any ladders, anything for like outside maintenance on the hull that while he's running alongside, he could
Yeah, there's like
latch
spacewalk
on?
ladders and stuff. Yeah, you like run along, we try to scram yourself up.
Yeah.
Bear in mind this actually like this bit of the ship is still rotating 90 degrees. So like you're on the bottom, so most of it is actually these like glass. You can see these beautiful hotel the hotel rooms basically inside here, like amazing, like, you know, like you see there's like buttons on the walls like enable like, you know, reverse gravity, and the beds on the ceiling like in relation to like the where the floor normally would be and things like that. After running along a little bit, you eventually see there's like an access like strut basically that kind of goes like where there's no windows, and you like get a hold of that and like start like climbing, or like it's like literally like a walkway, like a gangway with like railings on the side, and you're like literally you're like climbing up like a ladder, like no rungs, like climbing up like, like maybe even like getting on like the actual like support struts like that, like fucking hell.
Yeah.
Climbing up there to get to the top.
Yeah, that's probably what Cyrus is gonna do for his whole however long he can do it, is just climb the bottom of the ship and find a
There's
way into the bridge from the outside.
You probably hear flapping from behind you as there's a little drake just flapping his way along the side.
Dragon, I don't know if you can understand me, but we need to turn off the engines. Find Volgear and turn off.
If only I spoke common. I think he's trying to tell me something, but I just don't know what it is. He's trying to communicate.
I was just waiting for the damn these inferior languages.
These inferior races and their made-up languages.
He's like flying along with his wings, and he's like, 2 words. First word.
Yeah, just like charades.
Second word.
Cyrus is doing that like 90-year-old woman trying to speak to a foreigner. It's gear.
As you're climbing up the fucking strut.
I'm just running around like finding any and every bloody thing I can find. Probably making my way towards the main cockpit.
Okay, so Volgear, you run all the way around and start like getting to the main interior corridors. You probably get about 60 foot in, and then you bump into Atlas, Astra, Daze, Beros, all carrying this frozen guy. Like, what the fuck's going on out there?
Engines turned on. Ship, cockpit, now. Turn them off.
Where's Cyrus?
And just legs it.
Okay. I start sprinting to the cockpit.
Okay. What do you do about the frozen boy?
Put it back in the.
No. Me and
I can't carry this guy, Astra. This guy weighs a fucking ton.
Me and Volgear will go to the cockpit. You carry on taking him. We still need to get him over there.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
As you hear Volgear shout back, be careful, the back side of the ship's moving.
The fuck do you mean the backside of the ship? It's crashed.
Meanwhile, fire. Ah! One guy climbing the side of a ship.
Cyrus,
It's
you
like, I can imagine you get.
like, ding, like throw it open, like climb inside, like fuck, okay, my way to the cockpit from in here, like, and he like trying to pace it out. He's like running, climbing up the fucking walls again, like, oh fuck me.
I'm just getting to the.
this angle.
I'm getting to the. I'm liking the idea. You do all this. You get to within a foot of the control, and we stop from the mid cockpit. You're like.
I mean, the good news is Volgear and Beros, you guys are already on deck 5, so you just need to go the length of the ship. But that is far. The ship is like a fucking cruise liner. It's big.
Yeah,
so
we are
fucking
sprinting.
Full sprinting across, like we're fucking running from, you know, like the halfway point on the cruise ship to the fucking like nose, more or less.
Leaping over corridors.
Yeah. Leaping over corridors, like dodging fucking like bits of overgrowth that have snuck in on this floor, because like it is also like, you know, partially like you're on the ground level as well. Like so there's still bits of the terrain's breaking through.
I've just had the image. It's like Mario. We jump over one of the thing, and a wyvern's head just goes snap.
Yeah.
Just after us.
Literally.
Beros is wow.
Beros goes 2D again. He's running so fast.
I'll tell you what I will do. While this is, wait 1 sec. Let's see how long this lasts. Nope. Where was it? Oh, I did have something, but it's only worked for 1 turn. God damn it. Never mind.
Alrighty. I would say, just based on distance alone, Cyrus will reach his cockpit before you guys. However,
yeah, that's fine.
Cyrus is not pilot trained.
No, he's not. So he will look for the big red button.
Cyrus, you can make me a intelligence check. Just an intelligence check.
Yep.
Try to understand what the fuck you're looking at.
It was nearly a 17.
Cyrus, you're like, okay, right, it's like a lever or something, right? Gotta be a lever. And you look, no levers. Dwarves don't use levers, apparently. It's all buttons. And you're like, all the buttons are labeled in Dwarvish that I also don't speak. And a Dragon's like standing there like, I don't know what he's planning on doing, but and a Dragon's like pointing the buttons and
can I start making educated guesses?
The 7?
Sunshine always said it was the big
With
button.
a 7, they're not
It was
educated.
It was the big red button.
Roll me a
None of the dwarf's buttons are red.
Roll me a D20.
I was expecting you to say a
The whole
D1000.
ship just ripped apart.
That's a 5.
Oh
Okay.
no. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I'm trying to stop my quences from consing, okay?
Those quenches
you
are
are
constant
quite
so
That
literally-
never
hard.
works for you. That
You're-
never works.
You are stood in front of this going, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a dwarf by the toe. If it screams, let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny. That one.
I'm having to watch the stream to see what Harry is doing because Harry is like 6 minutes behind for my video at the moment.
Weird. Okay. Cyrus, you press a button on there, and it's the biggest button you can see, and a dwarven voice rings out over the loudspeakers on this end of the ship, and all the sprinklers turn on.
Well, that's not. That's nope. That's the emergency button.
That's the
I'm
fire
sure
alarm.
it is. Moving through car, and it's like, what the fuck?
My hair! These yells.
Yeah, Ash's hair was like deflates.
Cyrus is gonna keep making educated
Okay.
guesses.
I'm
until the
gonna
end.
say
God.
Cyrus has 3 turns of educated guesses before Volgir and Barros will reach the cockpit, so you get 2 more chances. You can
And this is
intelligence
assuming
check,
that
or you can just do a
cockpit's still
blind roll.
attached.
I mean, they're both 0, so.
Yeah.
This is where we get to this cockpit after all this running, and it's not attached. We're like spamming the button.
17.
A stopped clock is right twice a day.
Cyrus, you're looking around, looking around, looking around. Engines. You see there are, you remember on the outside, there was,
But this is not one of those
8
times.
There was like 8 big fucking engines on the back of this
Stop
thing.
clock is wrong most times of day.
And you see there's a section on the panel, and it's like 8 times in a row the same. You're like, that's gotta be engines. So you know roughly, you've found like the area, and like you can literally see, if you imagine, it is quite literally, wait, draw it out for you here. Sharpie, so it's pretty clear.
God, you're gonna turn on every
The
engine or turn
switches.
them off.
So
Well,
we could
I-
never have the whole.
I imagine I
ship
know
go-
which engine I came out of.
That's assuming you saw all 8 of them.
You don't know what your general location was.
Yeah, and which way around they're facing.
All the engines are engaged. But if the
Oh,
power's
okay.
turned on,
okay.
all the engines are sort of going forward.
Okay.
Cyrus, you see a board that looks not too dissimilar to this bad rendition.
Okay.
Currently, this top row is all
You
glowing.
don't fool me. I've played Connect 4. I know what that is.
Top row is all glowing, Cyrus.
Okay.
You just tell me what button you want to press.
The button on the right at the bottom.
This one?
That one.
Okay, roll me a D4.
Because that looks like an on and off button to me. It's a 2.
A 2. You press it. And then you feel the ship slow. Stop. And
Start
then you
reverse.
feel it start moving in the other direction.
Oh no,
And
it's
you engage
reverse.
reverse thrust. Okay. Cyrus, there you go. One more button push. We engage reverse. Reverse thrust is now on. All these ones are now glowing. all this row. This row is not glowing anymore. Just this row is glowing.
Are they just lights or?
No, they're button. You can push the buttons.
Oh, for God's sakes!
They're all buttons.
Can I just all buttons, 4 fingers spread?
Yep.
Push all glowing buttons.
Push all the glowing buttons. Okay. You push the glowing buttons. Nothing happens.
God.
They remain glowing.
Fuck. Push the button.
Can I just ask? Can I ask? Is that another line? Is there 2 rows at the bottom?
Yeah, so there's these are like
the
up
row
and down.
two,
So
the
these are
row
like
of
up
8.
downs, and then there is a row
Yeah.
here, and then there is a stream check at the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh.
You got one more press, Cyrus.
What happens if I push the button above that button?
This one.
Yeah.
Okay. You push that button. The reverse thrust does slow a little bit, and all these ones turn off. This one begins to glow.
Can I push the button beside it then?
Yep. Reverse thrust begins to slow a little bit more.
Button beside it,
Slows a little bit more.
and then the final button on the right.
More. The so you've got to cross this way here, yeah?
No, the other way.
Up.
No, as in to your left.
Left to right.
This way.
Yes.
Okay, so all those buttons are now glowing, and all these columns above, in this section, are now disengaged. The ship is
I'll then
still
put-
slowly moving back, like.
Okay,
backwards.
I'll push the other 3 buttons
Yeah.
on
Dum,
the
dum, dum.
right then.
Push them all the way across. I've actually realized I missed one. There would have been another one there as well.
Okay, I'll just.
Yeah, you
all those are
across that
buttons.
line, and eventually the ship stops. The engines are still on, but they're not giving any like. You can still hear the like humming of them as the power, and they're loud.
Yay. Success. I haven't turned them off, but I've stopped them.
Eros will give you guys reach the cockpit. By the time you get there, it looks like someone has managed to set all the engines into reverse thrust and then powered them like into like an idle state. But you don't. But like your bit of the ship hasn't moved this whole time. But you're like, is the ship? You don't even know if it's moving or not.
Is there a comms button?
Intelligence check, Cyrus.
Do I look at it and do I look at it and in Dwarvish, do I see anything that just says off?
In
11.
Dwarvish, the button next to reverse thrust says like on / off.
I just press that button.
That's why I made him roll a d4, because a 50-50 chance he just finds the master on off. You press it. Yeah, if you got a 3 or 4 that d4, you would just be like, first time, bam.
Hey,
Yeah,
I
push
still
that.
successfully stopped the engines.
Yep. Cyrus, as far as you're aware, you hit like the buttons, it slowed and stopped, and then they just turned off.
Cyrus will probably just like sit down in whatever captain's chair there is in that bridge. Like,
And as
Look
you,
at better
See
us.
Chimera out the
as
window.
you the captain's chair is like also 90-degree angle because the whole ship is. But as you maybe like sit on like the side of the chair, basically, like sit down and like roll your head back, you see impaled on like a large spike of metal has come through. There is the mummified corpse of a dwarf, and they are in an officer's uniform.
oh,
Cool.
I'm gonna try and climb up to that person.
So Cyrus is looking up at a mummified corpse. Beros and Volgir have made it to the cockpit, and Astra and Daze and Atlas are cussing
Soaking
the boys
wet.
as they carry the heavy dwarf.
In the sprinkler induced.
Yeah, the
Don't
sprinklers
make it
are still
defrost
going.
faster.
Is that turned on the sprinkler system on our side of the ship as well?
Just on his side, because there wouldn't be like full connections. They would be damaged.
I want to know how close the other half of the ship is to the orb now.
So whenever
Right, went
you
backward.
had engaged the reverse thrust, it was close enough that the 50-foot radius was like connected to the ship. So probably Astra, Atlas, and Diaz got there and just saw like arcing for the door. It's like, I think we're gonna go find a way around. With the little bit of reverse thrust, it has probably like retracted away a little bit, probably enough to like squeeze past, but it's tight. And the wyvern's nest wasn't disturbed, luckily.
God.
But with that,
Yes.
I think that is a good place to end the session for now. And we'll pick this up next time. Bye-bye.